There we go. It is time once again for another episode of the Totem in Cypher. But as with my heavy heart, I must announce lost today. My Katego water bottle has bit the dust for many years of service. Thank you, Katego water bottle. I need a new water bottle. Although Yeti coffee mugs, still pretty good. Okay, I think we're almost ready for this. Let's unmute ourselves so that we can talk to everybody. We have the charged cable. Okie dokie. Give me 1 minute, everybody. I just got to set something up after all.
Unacceptable.
I know, right? I'm running a street.
You have failed us.
Okay, well,
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
What the cow?
Wait, what a cow?
Dishonor. Dishonor
Dishonor,
on you.
oh, dishonor on you
Dishonor on your cow.
and your cow.
No fetching of that.
No fetch of the bush. It was. Nope, that's not it. I don't know. Oh, is that what she gave me earlier? She gave me like a random ass cable earlier, and I'm like, what is this for? And then she just walked away.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Do we not have a Kyle tonight?
Oh.
We were watching yours.
That's a legit reason to be late. That's fair.
Turn it off.
Yes. There you go.
Arcus, have you heard anything from Kyle?
I have indeed. One moment, I'm getting Kathy set up. I'm a little behind here, apparently. Oh, again, Kathy.
Does he lose GM intrusions for this?
No, he gets more.
No more cat.
I didn't know she
I
was
believe that,
setting up.
actually. That kind of checks out.
Double intrusions.
Let me into the operating system. It's like
Sounds like you're having issues there, Mr. DM.
this is a riveting stream so far for anyone watching.
Very exciting.
We actually have like 12 viewers.
Yeah.
Hoi.
There we go. There we go.
Isn't that what they say about putting ships together? It's riveting.
Oh.
Oh, good joke. Good joke. Let me just find you the link. 1 second.
Is it the boo? Is it the boo link?
Local network. There we go.
I promise I won't watch cat videos.
That's a lie, and you know it.
There we go. You got access.
Okay.
I don't know where a mouse is, so you might have to use trackpad for
I'll
now.
have to use the primitive.
But cat videos are always
Cat videos are worth it.
a good excuse.
Okay, all right. All right. Waiting for everyone to get into the Foundry anyway.
I'm here.
There is, I think we are out of Athena and we are out of Santa Claus.
Oh, is he not coming?
Looks like his brain has exploded again.
Oh no.
Are we going to take on Supermax? 2 people down?
Yeah, you are. I'm not calling it.
Weren't we relying on Santa's sleigh?
Oh, yeah, we hijack it.
Game plan?
I thought we had Valkyrie showing up.
Yeah, we got.
Well, Freya's still here, so
Yeah.
you got that.
We got rocket-powered Valkyries
Well, we're
pulling
getting set up.
Santa's sleigh to take on Supermax Prison. Yeah, only in RPGs. Yeah.
Or why aren't you in the game? Or is he BRB?
Ooh.
True. Loud noises.
He's
I'm here.
I see him.
I'm here. I'm in Foundry too.
It's weird. It doesn't show you in Foundry.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
show
see
you.
him.
That is
Yeah, yeah.
weird. Oh yeah.
Players:
yeah.
Brian, Cal, Drew, Ebony, Kathy.
Yeah, I don't see in here either. I'm gonna reload my Foundry.
Yeah, that's
same.
weird. Mine's not even through a browser, it's through the app and I still don't see him.
Now it's showing even less. Now it's only showing me and Freya. Oh wait, there's
Yeah, because he was
Manchester.
refreshing too.
There's Manchester.
All right, well, as long as you can see everything, that's fine. You can see our cursors moving
Yeah.
around and stuff, right?
Yeah.
No, for the guy that I don't see.
It's not letting me roll, so maybe I should reload.
Okay, I don't think
Yeah.
you're actually in here.
I'm in. Like I'm literally reading about Lambeth.
Oh,
and how
did
we need
you
to go there.
did you load it earlier? Because right before I came on, I restarted Foundry.
Yep. I logged in like 40 minutes early, so that's.
Ah, that's why. Because I restarted it, so it lost connection.
I don't see Cal in here either.
Fuck off.
I'm rejoining.
Reloading.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I do not see the Taverson.
We'll have 5 of you. That's more than enough, right? You can do this one of you, like, husha, husha.
Taverson fucking carries his team anyways.
Oh, is that why your back hurts?
Yeah. In-game and IRL.
Hey, I see everybody in there now. We're good.
There we
A-okay.
go. We got peoples.
We A-okay. I'm gonna move the mic like over here. Some shit. Yeah, you can roll. Rolls work. I could probably roll even though I never get to roll. I'm gonna roll because I never get to roll. Close. Okay, all right. Doing dice. D12s. What game rolls that many D12s? Okay, stop.
All right,
We're
stop.
breaking things, and we're streaming. I didn't even show the dice.
Broken.
Okay. All right. So we are going to pick up. Move the mic a bit. Speak right in it for the sexy voice.
Oh yeah.
Last time you guys did a little bit of digging, a little bit of social work, and managed to get into the Greenwich, not the Greenwich, the other prison, Wandsworth? Who's Wandsworth? Wandsworth prison, and get out the Lokis, freeing him through no bullets shed, no deaths, no nothing. Purely talking your way in and out of the Wandsworth prison, which I was very impressed with, by the way. I had plans for the insides that I never got to use because you guys were awesome. So, good on you. Good
We're
on
a
you.
social team, not a bang bang shoot stuff team.
And that's the beauty of games like this. You can tackle it however the hell you want. I put problems in front of you. It's not up to me to know how they're solved. That's your job. However, Loki, restoring some of his powers, but it is taking time, said he will be able to help you get Miss Britt out of the Supermax prison in Greenwich. But all he can really do at this moment is sort of cloak you and whatever transport you have going in and whatnot to match the rest of everything and sort of delude the minds of people in there that as long as you don't do anything crazy, as long as you don't start getting into intense fights or anything, the humans, the guards basically, will just treat you as if you're other guards there. That was the benefit of freeing Loki before attempting the Supermax on your own. You made it easier on yourselves by taking the right course of actions. I would hate to see what had happened if you had decided to do this without finding the storyline to find Loki.
Couple more bodies on the pile.
That would have sucked. So, you have learned a few things. There's plenty of robots that also patrol the Supermax, unfortunately, which Taverson thinks he can deal with some of them, at least, at once.
At least one of them, for sure.
At least one of them, for sure. But however, actually, I don't need this up now because you have a computer. There is one robot that had so much faith put into him, so much ability and power from the scientists that created him, that the large monstrosity known as the Warden may not be quite as easily swayed as the normal robotic counterparts that are in the rest of the prison. As a result, you know that there's going to be some difficulties as far as this is concerned. But that is up for you to figure out. When last we left, you guys were discussing on how exactly you were going to get inside of the Supermax prison, with discussions of summoning Valkyrie, which you've already called. And so you've got some nice ladies with jetpacks coming in like military-esque uniforms, as well as maybe
Breastplate.
and breastplates, yes, boob armor, as well as maybe Santa's sleigh, possibly pulled by the Valkyries. Where you're going with this, I'm not entirely sure. Once again, I put the issues in front of you. How you solve it is not up to me. That is completely up to you. So that's where we pick up for today. And here we are. What would you like to do? Have you thought about what you're going to do?
You know, everything's kind of like hodgepodge together right now, so I think we're just gonna wing it.
I mean, the plan sounds sound, if you will.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound remotely sound. It sounds insane. But we're still gonna do it.
Oh, no.
It's so insane. It's coming around full circle and just makes sense. It's gonna work.
Right now, you guys, I think you were still driving from Wandsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like in the car somewhere around probably between Southwark and Lewisham.
Okay.
You were kind of just driving around, planning in the using the car as your base of operations, basically, because your house that you had for a while was compromised,
Yeah,
and you've been kind of reluctant to go back to the Love Bug.
Weren't we going to hit a motel up?
You did hit a motel up at one point. I wasn't sure if you had stayed there or not.
Right.
I'm gonna look at Tav. How confident are you in your hacking abilities?
Don't even worry about it.
Well, what if instead of just trying to hack and shut these things down, we turn the lesser robot guards against the Warden?
That's a little trickier, but it could be done. The problem is I need the control room, and you know that's going to be a vault in on itself. You get me in there, I'll make these robots dance.
I believe we procured C4, right?
You did,
You believe it. So, just so you know, the Freakman picked up a heavy rifle for everyone in the party. Body armor of your desired, I guess, up to level 2, I think, is what the GM said.
Yeah, it was up to that.
1 or 2 level body armor, whatever you prefer.
I just imagine...
And a quantity described as a fuck ton of C4.
Well, you managed to find you managed to find like a good solid brick of C4.
All right, fine.
I'm not giving you more than that.
As far as C4 goes, I'm still gonna call that a fuck ton.
Okay.
That'll mess some things up.
Yeah, well, it's a good solid like brick. So yeah.
I just imagine like Freakman throwing Taverson like this huge rifle, like, here you go, suit up. It just falls to the ground under the weight.
C4 to be basically remove a wall of your choice.
So if you want to use the rifles, if you're proficient in such rifles, you can. If you want to use armor up to level 2, you can. But don't forget, it does slow you down. It causes issues with speed rolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on the heavy armor.
And I know a lot of the party's kind of more social and light, quick to action. You don't really have any heavy bruisers.
Yeah, I've got light armor anyway, so.
Freakman, all of your followers are kind of assuming at this point they're not coming with you.
Yeah, well, what I would have them do is wait at the door, so to speak. We'll figure out what that door is when we get to that point.
Okay.
I mean, we're not really going to need any legal advice when we're doing a jailbreak.
I can't use the gun, but I will take the armor if I'm gonna be helping you spread some joy with C4.
Wait, hold on. Let's take a step back. If we're not proficient with said weapon, doesn't it just mean we don't get a bonus? It's not that we get a negative, right?
We do get a negative.
Yeah, it makes it was it 1 or 2 difficulty higher? I forget.
I think it's just 1.
I think it's just 1 difficulty higher, or like one higher, like the reverse of an asset.
Yeah, that's why Taverson doesn't shoot his shotgun all that.
And
my
armor,
character's gonna bring one.
the level 2 armor is, unless you've got something to lessen it, an ability or proficiencies or something, then for each point of armor, you're increasing. I believe you're increasing the difficulty of speed rolls, right?
Correct.
It's spending effort on speed rolls.
Spending
more.
Spending effort on speed rolls. Okay, that's what it was. That's right. Thank
If
you.
you spend effort on speed rolls, it gets more expensive. And if you're not trained in the armor, it costs an extra point on top of that.
Right.
Yeah, I picked up a last I threw experience at other to get armor proficiency so that I don't have a problem with it later.
There you go. So you won't have the extra.
mean,
it still costs like for being like armor, but you don't have the penalty for not knowing how to use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So if I just
it still costs more, it just doesn't cost as much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add armor. I think it's a good idea.
And you can choose 1 or 2. That's up to you. If you want it to be like lighter or heavier, that's fine.
So what would 1 be? Like medium armor or light armor?
Like a lighter armor, probably.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put light armor.
Yeah, but are you saying armor skill or literally the armor itself? If you take the scale, it reduces the cost of reduction.
Well, no, I'm taking. If you're giving me the ability to choose what armor I'm taking.
Oh yeah, 1 or 2.
I'll take light armor.
The item.
It's just the cost of 1.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, understood.
So is that an armor rating of 1 as well, or 2?
1.
1.
Light armor.
One and
1 and 1. Okay.
But if you're not trained in the armor, that speed cost goes up by an extra point.
So it's a speed cost.
Sorry,
of
if you're
2.
not practiced in the armor. or
Practiced,
whatever.
yeah.
So it's a speed cost of 2.
Yeah, if you're not
Yeah.
practiced with the armor.
Okay. Armor 1. Cool. Perfect.
That's my problem. It's like I've got a level 1 like light armor, but I'm not actually practiced in it. So
I'm gonna adjust some audio levels. Turn music down a bit so I can turn people's voices up just a titch.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Freakman. Thank you.
Hey, don't worry about it. We need to gear up for this specific event. I mean, I don't wear anything but this Hawaiian shirt Monday through every Monday, all the way to the next Monday. As you will.
yeah, I kind of suck with weapons, so I'm probably not going to worry about a weapon. I'll let you people be the weapon toters.
I mean, I'm gonna bring it in case I have to hit something that's gonna be, my pistol's just not gonna work for it, but I'm not good with it.
So you are getting geared up. Freya's going to sort of pass on the weapons and armor because they're not really her bag. She's better off sort of as she is. And has the rest of you get armored and armed up? You were just waiting for the next day when the Valkyries show up, and they do. They'll meet you in the parking lot of the motel. There's going to be like 2 black panel vans that show up that on the sides have like the spray painted like Valkyrie riding 2 polar bears, the lightning storm going on behind them type of thing.
Oh my god.
With a loudspeaker.
With a loudspeaker.
Copyright.
With a loudspeaker that's just playing music in the
The
background.
Ride of the Valkyrie.
And they show up. They are very happy to see you.
Yes.
Not quite as happy to see Loki.
Or the
They
fact
have
that he's got
They have
Heimdall's
history.
sword.
Once again, Loki's not really one of you because he's not an Asgardian per se.
No, they will
but-
answer.
But he, they're familiar with him. They're a little more willing to say hello to all of you, although they're not as familiar with most of you. Mr. Cornelius you might have met the Valkyries in the past. That's up to you. It's unlikely
sure,
that
maybe.
Taverson, Freakman, or Mad Manchester has met them.
Well then, please. Introduction.
Like, I
Valkyries,
might have bumped into one
my
at some
posse.
point.
Posse, my Valkyrie.
Taverson just gives like a shy wave.
And these are all very daunting, well-toned women that they definitely look like they can handle shit.
I'll answer to Brunhild.
Oh my god.
Can handle me later, too, ladies.
This is Brunhild. This is Brunhild. And this is Helga. But this is Brunhild. Why is that
Imagine-
different?
We're all
Match-
Brunhilde, but pronounced slightly different.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up and like
Brunhilde.
take a
Oh,
big.
Brunhilde.
Brunhilde.
Brunhilde will come.
I'm gonna take a big sip of my flask and just hand it to one of them. Go, y'all appreciate a good drink.
They're like Zathras.
Yeah.
Here?
Starting go for drink. You're ready for this. And yeah, they are raring to go, and they want to know what the plan is.
Well, seeing how we're not really incognito, it sounds like we're just going in guns a-blazing.
Well, Loki said he can make you incognito. That's why Loki is here.
Can
He
you
can
make the
make-
group
he-
invisible?
Sort of. He's making you appear as guards, and he's making you he's making the guards' minds fogged enough that they believe you're one of them. You don't just physically appear as guards. It's more like a mental invisibility, at least to the living people.
Okay. And what can you do
Not
for...
really. It's like another type of illusionary magic.
And what can you do for Chris Kringle's sleigh?
Loki will look at you and go, I can do things with the sleigh as well. I mean, I can mask whatever vehicle we're bringing in, or people, as is needed, of course.
Can you just Bifrost us across?
No. Right sword, wrong person. And he holds up Heimdall's sword.
All right.
May I suggest that we make our way Miss Britt's prison cell, blow out the wall, and my Valkyries will meet us on the other side and carry us to...
Assuming she has that cell with a wall facing the outside of the structure.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
And it's not subterranean. Good idea if that's the case.
You
I like that
did.
idea.
plan B, we go to the roof.
You, well, there's only
Hang on,
roof. I will
Loki.
remind you of the specs that you found out last week. And you should see it on there.
Yes, I do.
So
Thank you.
that is what the prison looks like. It is only accessible by flying vehicle. There are no land routes whatsoever. Looks like the only ways in or out are on top.
So the Valkyries get us there, and
It is a massive complex. Truly massive complex. You have no idea at the moment, at least. You have no idea where Miss Britt is within that complex.
we'll need...
I think
Yes, the roof is the front door.
we should probably hack our way to find out where she is. And correct me if I'm wrong here, Loki, but we can walk in like we belong, looking like guards. Yes, Loki?
Well, yeah. I can disguise you as. Well, I can disguise you as whatever you want. If you want to be guards, you can be guards. If you want to be
Yeah, we
cleaning
wanna
staff,
look
you can
like
be
we're-
cleaning staff. That's up to you.
We should look definitely like guards so that no one
Okay.
asks any questions.
Again, to the living people.
Well, it's a start.
I cannot affect the minds of the unliving.
We
wasn't
walk in like we're there
problem.
on routine patrol.
All right, let's get this underway then.
Okay, even though it looks like there are some other things that need to be taken care of in the city, that Athena and Santa have been pulled away for one reason or another. I'll let them figure out a reason after. The sleigh still shows up. Basically a flatbed truck pulls into the motel, and on it is a truly festive bright red sleigh, candy cane style wrapped runners on the sides of it, streamers. It's got little like a wreath and ribbons and everything on the sides. It looks like almost like a red ribbon sort of straps all throughout it. It's emptied out. There's no big bag of goodies or anything right now. It does seem to be empty, at least. And it looks like it could fit probably 3 people up front, and if you cram real good, maybe another 6 in the back, or if you want to get cozier, maybe more.
Okay, make the sleigh look like helicopter.
Yes, of course. What kind of helicopter? You wanted, I'm assuming more like their security? Yes.
Yeah, I will actually pull up a picture of what their security helicopters look like when they're flying in and out.
Okay. It looks like the prison itself uses the royal, like there's like the royal security design for helicopters for local defense. They are full military, like the futuristic equivalent of like an Apache type of thing. Like it's got guns on it, probably short range missiles, like rockets. And it looks like it's meant for combat.
With the rockets.
No, I'm not good at making things that function like that. Trickery is sort of my bag.
Just an
And make the
illusion.
Valkyrie a guard.
I can make the Valkyries look like guards, yes.
Well, up helicopter. Girls can get up, guard the helicopter while we go inside.
Well, here's my question. So you wanted me to disguise the sleigh as a helicopter, yes?
Yes.
Okay, what's pulling the sleigh?
Oh, I see your point.
We didn't requisition any reindeer.
You know, last I had checked, you had mentioned something about tying the Valkyrie off as the reindeer to the sleigh. At which point the Valkyrie start looking at you guys like, really?
Tyverson will sheepishly look at the Valkyries.
Oh,
Once again, he's like, I'm not making actual propellers. It's an illusion of the sleigh is still physically a sleigh.
Guys, we don't need the sleigh without Santa. We have Valkyries to just basically drop us off, and we can just make all of us huddled together look like a helicopter, right?
The Valkyries like sort of like flex a little bit and go, we can carry you.
Yeah, if we all just like held hands, you can make us all look like a helicopter, right?
Yeah, I could definitely hide you as such, sure.
Right, so I don't see the point of having a sleigh any longer. Like, what are we using it to transport some sort of cargo back?
I haven't the foggiest.
Well, to be perfectly honest, the sleigh came into play before the Valkyries. Now that these lovely ladies are here, we can probably just give the sleigh back.
We also thought we were going to do it.
Here's the thing. It's like, do we have like extra Valkyries? Like, how many Valkyries do we have? Because, like, yes, we're going in to get Miss Britt, but if the opportunity arises to rescue the other totems that are captured in there,
8 Valkyries showed up.
We could probably take a helicopter. I mean, I've never flown before, but
I mean, if there's one there to steal at the time,
I imagine there probably would be. Like, if they got helicopters coming and going.
Okay, there's a jet there. Let's take a Lockheed.
Do you know how to fly it? What? No, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So the Valkyrie is looking at you and going, so are we ready for this? You want us to fly you in?
Yes.
And you will
Do
come
it.
with us. Just
Hold
make
on.
a quick escape.
Taverson,
Yeah.
you could listen to some radio chatter on the base and, put in a fake air traffic control call. Helicopter Alpha landing at helipad Alpha kind of shit.
I probably could do
Helicopter Brunhilde.
Yeah, I could probably do something like that. Give me a second, and pull out some electronics and whatnot, and start mashing them together, and start making a makeshift radio.
Just so
I'm
you
a
can
transponder.
Sweet. The Valkyries will also, or Loki will look at you actually, and he will say, so one thing about the Valkyries going in with you, in order to maintain an illusion, I need a certain, shall we say, base framework to put the illusion over. Now, I originally thought there was going to be a vehicle of some kind to mask. If I'm standing over there by my lonesome, that's not enough, shall we say, mass to put an illusion around.
Well held hands.
However, if the Valkyries stay with me, that would be enough warm, fleshy bodies hugging me on board that I could make said illusion persistent rather than it just vanishing.
Whatever works, man.
So essentially, you stay on the roof with the Valkyries.
That is my suggestion.
Are
Plus,
you comfortable with that, Loki? Or have a good history? Girls.
I will make do. Plus, keeping them all together, when you start to go away from me and spread out, my ability to fog the minds of the guards is stretched. If you want them to go with you, that is fine. I'm just saying there is a chance that my abilities may become less effective and more strained with time. So it's up to you and whether you want them to remain at full capacity or you wish the muscle backup. It's pretty much going to be that choice.
I think it's actually a really good idea to have a solid escape route in case things go up and.
Okay. Here's if we kill ourselves, we reappear where and when? How?
In theory.
In theory, if you die, you will basically reincorporate yourself somewhere within an X number of kilometer radius, somewhere probably within or outside of the city. Most likely.
Assuming that the state of belief isn't so fucked that we just straight up die.
Yeah.
And assuming we recorporate, you really think we're going to get another chance at a Supermax prison?
Wait, what? Another chance? No, this is our chance.
Yeah.
But if we say take our own life rather than let those bastards that eat our souls do it, it means I come back someplace else.
Maybe.
It's called the last minute reset button here.
Rather not.
Mr.
Sure,
Cornelius.
but, I've
you have
had
hedge magic?
Say again.
Mr. Cornelius has hedge magic?
Yes.
And I have hedge magic. Can maintain our guard gods. So Loki
You
only
guys
really has
could.
to cover.
Well, with the hedge magic,
That might even push it for hedge magic.
that's pushing it for hedge magic. Hedge magic is like almost party tricks, like
small
hiding
things.
a coin from one hand to another, or changing the color of something a little bit, like magic tricks.
Okay, okay.
Like,
Yeah,
for
we can
instance,
change,
temporarily
like, the
change the
basic
color appearance of a
appearance of something.
small.
I just have
Yeah.
If we're discovered by something human, I can mind wipe them.
How high? Just a question. How high are the walls in this prison?
The walls themselves seem to be about 6 stories tall.
Okay.
We're flying in, essentially.
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering. It's like if that's within range of my far step. If for whatever reason, if I can't get to the Valkyries or whatever, it's like if it comes to the fact that I have to far step my way down, I wanted to see if it was within range.
That would be probably stretching it.
I'm going to proceed to light a cigarette for myself and my Brunhilde and essentially like get her to cradle me like a baby.
All right,
let's do this.
All right, saddle up.
Well, your Valkyrie, your Valkyrie would recognize the warrior inside of you. So they can sense that, and when one way or another, I think the only people they're not entirely impressed with is probably the Freakman and Loki.
Wait, what?
As effective as the Freakman is, the fact that you rely mostly on your words. Not the warrior's way. At least Taverson shoots a little.
Ladies, he can be formidable.
They're gonna carry you one way or another. That's for sure.
Peggy back. I'll hop on her back. Let's go.
Allons-y.
That's where the jetpack is.
I'll be above it. Yeah, whatever. Fine. She can carry me like a baby.
Yeah, they're just gonna cradle you basically. No, what they're gonna do is you're basically gonna be hugging them. They'll strap you on, and then they're just gonna fly you in with jetpacks. Then, by the looks of it, the jetpacks are powerful enough. They are meant to carry the Valkyrie and one other person. They're designed for it.
Yeah, because they got to pick up the fallen warriors.
Yeah. Also, you don't think they're entirely made with just technology.
Right.
It's more of their powers have kind of evolved over time. They're not truly just jetpacks. They're basically magical in nature. You think the Valkyries have basically just redesigned their cloaks and stuff like that to be more along the lines of something modern. Okay, so is there anything else before we plunge into the heart of darkness? Is there anything else you plan on doing?
Nope. And Taverson will jump into the arms of the 7-foot tall Valkyrie and get ready to go.
Tab, while we're flying in, do you want to try to hack your way and find out what cell she's in?
No, everything's isolated. I could barely get a radio signal in there.
All right. Fair enough.
That prison is all self-contained.
Yeah, he has noticed that it's all LAN, local area network. It is not connected to the outside world as far as you can tell. The only thing you think might be connected, maybe some old style telephone lines, but even those you think may be specially laid to only connect to certain other things, like not like the wide network. And that was just through research.
Control room, though, I'll be able to pull out prisoner manifest, a map, whatever you want. Like, I'll be at the information hub.
All right, we gotta figure out where that is.
All right. Well, here we go. Let me bring out some tokens here. So we have Freya. Oh no, we do not have one.
I'm for insanity.
Oh, where's my techno music?
And the Freakman. Okay, so the outside bubble here is going to represent you landing. So technically, you're not even on it yet. You're like flying to it. Yes. So there's where we are. You're being picked up by the Valkyries. The wind whistling through your hair and around you and whatnot. The roar of the jetpacks going on. You can barely hear, even if you're to the Valkyrie that you're strapped to, you can barely hear anything that they say. And you are approaching this massive monolithic, almost brutalist architecture of a prison. It is like nothing that you've seen before. Definitely has to be one of the largest structures in the city at this point, second only to the Great Fortress in Westminster. And you are being flown in as you approach the walls of the Greenwich Supermax prison. Is there anything that you are doing in particular? I have pie.
We got pie somewhere? What?
I just got delivered apple pie. So, while I'm eating the apple pie, is there anything you're doing? You mentioned something about putting a radio transponder together.
Yeah, so not only will we look like a helicopter, we'll ping as a helicopter as well.
Okay, now I am going to... All right, we're going to make you make a roll for it.
The only thing Mr. Cornelius will be doing during this time is slightly regretting his life decisions.
Okay, so we're going to say this is by default, an intimidating roll. Now, because of the mental confusions from Loki and whatnot, it's acting like basically a double asset, bringing it down to a 4.
Okay.
You have...
I use my Tinker ability to lower that one more.
Okay. I'm assuming like this is basically stuff that you're trained in, so I'm assuming it's going to lower it one or more
It's
automatically.
Straight up an ability.
Yeah, but you also have skills for this too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that brings it to a 2 at the moment.
Alrighty, and this is intellect.
It is an intellect roll. That is correct.
I'm going to spend 5 points and make it an auto success.
Crazy motherfucker.
Okay, so auto success for the transponder as you come in. Yeah, it's too early to fuck with you. I'm not going to do the intrusion just yet. I'm going to let this one slide. I'm going to let you at least land so that you got to deal with the consequences. So basically, yes, you make your fake transponder code, but it does seem to go, especially with the fuddling that goes through with Loki and everything in their heads. You give them like some random transponder code, as she says Brunhilde, so you're like Brunhilde 1138, and they accept it. And with this, you are allowed in. You definitely hear through the radio. You can barely hear it. You've got like an earpiece in or something. And you hear through the radio.
Copy that, Brunhilde. Feel free to land in spot number A1. Repeat, spot number A1 for inspection. Over.
Roger that.
At which point?
Notify everybody else through the earpiece that we're going to A1.
All right. At which point you are landing at spot A1. You land. Now, you yourselves don't see the helicopter. You're just assured by Loki that, and due to the fact that you haven't been shot down yet, that you do indeed appear as a helicopter, because that's what you identify as now, an attack helicopter. So as you've landed as said attack helicopter, you are here. You see guards milling about. There's also some other people. It looks like janitorial staff, maybe some maintenance repair guys going around. There's other vehicles here. There are indeed other flying vehicles, 1 or 2 helicopters, some other VTOL type of jets of some kind. And there's wheeled vehicles, but they look like they're for like local use, to get to and from the walls and probably within the complex itself.
So are we on the roof right now?
You are currently on the roof in front of what looks to be like the main. There's support structures that lead to the walls, which the walls themselves are a building themselves. They're not just solid walls. They themselves have entrances, and then there's the core of the building, with like one main entrance. This place does not have many entrances, not many forms of egress or ingress. So it looks like you've got one main way in at the moment. That's what the little lines in the bubbles represent, is like basically areas that you could head to.
Okay. Yeah, so I assume we land and they proceed to come over and inspect.
Team comes over. Loki, thankfully, since you're all together and you just landed, Loki is at the top of his game, so he doesn't need any rolls. He just waves his hand, and as the people come in, one guy, you see him like with a wrench in front of you, tap the air as if he's like doing something to the helicopter to make sure everything's okay. And he's like, you hear him, oh, one of the bolts is a little loose, but I think we can fix that afterwards.
Tapping the breast of the Valkyrie. Ting, ting.
Ting, ting. And then you hear him radio in, yeah, looks all clear. And the guards, they're like there's a few guards that came by to check you out, and they're still standing nearby. But whenever they look at you, it's like their eyes just instantly slide past you. Like they never seem to gaze at you for very long. Loki gives you a bit of a thumbs up and a wink.
Okay, Freakman, you're on deck. You got to talk us through.
Right. So I'm gonna mime exiting the helicopter.
Okay.
Kind of get out.
As soon as you basically leave the group, the helicopter's suddenly visible to you. You can still hear the whir of the engines as the blades are spinning down. You can feel the warmth of the exhaust. Basically, as you leave the group, the helicopter becomes apparent, and you no longer see your friends that haven't exited.
I see. Loki's putting the thing on us so we look like we belong as well, right? Like, we still getting
yes,
that,
you can't tell. You still see your own equipment and stuff, but the guards aren't freaking out. So far, so good. Now, you only see one main area leading into the building. It's a giant set of double doors, and it looks like, although there's a normal set of doors, you can a couple normal sets of doors you can go through that look like probably bulletproof glass. There's also a giant set of really thick blast doors. Like I'm talking like super thick. Like, you know that door from Tron, like the really thick, like that type of thing.
A vault door for Fallout. Got it. Yeah, okay.
So it looks like if the place locks down, you've got a good few meters of solid steel as far as a door is concerned.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to the nearest guy like I own the place. What's he doing? I'm gonna walk up stiff upper back, kind of. I'm walking very, very much like who I'm about to impersonate, a field marshal.
Okay.
So I'm gonna walk up to him. Does he salute me? What's the first?
At the moment, they don't have anything in their mind of but what you are, other than you belong here. So he's not seeing you as a superior yet. Although you're figuring with Loki's mind fuckery that they are probably a little more suggestible for such things.
Right. So I'm gonna walk up to him and I don't see a salute, soldier.
Okay.
Respect the rank.
You're getting a guard right off the bat to sort of trick him into what's going on. We're gonna say off the bat it is a 4. Even a trained like professional would normally get them be like a 50% chance of failing at such a thing. Now Loki's mindfuckery lowers it by 2 automatically, and you're trained, actually it's a 0 for you in particular because you're specialized in such things.
I can just tell him whatever the hell I feel like, and he'll be like, "Yup." Yeah.
So you see him get all flustered all of a sudden. He's like, oh, sure. Oh, sir, sorry about that, sir.
Who is your immediate supervisor?
Leighton, sir.
Where is he?
Inside, sir. By reception, sir.
We're here for the not so obvious, but it must be obvious to you now, surprise inspection. My name is, of course, Henry Seymour Conway, Field Marshal. I'm here to inspect the facility.
Oh, Marshal Conway, yes, sir.
I expect everything to be tip-top today.
Do you wish me to radio ahead, sir?
Bring in I want just your superior. Bring him out to us, and then you are all going to escort us to the control room.
Yes, sir. 1 second, sir. Sorry about that. And you hear him radio, Sergeant Leighton, we need you here immediately. Just you, sir. There's a bit of back and forth. You hear another person on the other end of the line. What's going on? And you hear, sir, inspection, sir, surprised, sir. And he starts to whisper, oh, it's to save our butts, sir. You might want to get out here. On my way.
What's his rank again, soldier?
Sergeant, sir.
And he is the highest rank in the building today?
No, sir, just my immediate superior, sir.
All right, and who's he report to?
The chain of command, sir. Well, I guess immediately
on duty today. I mean, of course.
Yes, sir. Well, this General Bristol is here, sir.
General. Okay. Let him know the field marshal has arrived.
Yes, sir. The sergeant will, sir. I'm sure he would more than happily lead you around all day today, sir.
Excellent.
Here he is, sir. Coming out right now, as promptly as I could. Yes, sir.
So far.
Starting to age, but very physically fit, super cut, like almost like superhero jawline type of person comes out. Probably early 50s, you're thinking. Kind of hard to tell though, because he is in fairly good shape. Although it does look like he's seen a lot of sun. Like he's got sort of like a tough, leathery skin to him.
Sergeant Buzzcut.
He's got the super short sides, but like almost like the crop top type of cut to him. Very, very military, like just head to toe military type of person.
Gotcha.
He comes out, and although he's only sergeant in rank, his uniform has numerous decoration pins on it.
He's seen some shit.
You think he's the type of military guy that he's the type of person that almost turns down promotions because he sees less action type of thing.
Right.
And he comes up to you and goes, yes. Surprise and inspection, I see.
Indeed.
What's
your
your
retinue
name?
is to escort us immediately to the control room.
Of course, yes, of course. Now, as is true always with surprise inspections, we do need you to register your appropriate clearance with reception then, sir.
Of course. Take us.
Taverson will step out of the helicopter and, like, holding a laptop under my arm. I'll request Loki to, like, make myself look like a techie.
Okay. Yeah, right now, like, all he's doing, he's not making you guys look like anything in particular. He's just making it foggy for people that look at you. It's up to you to sort of solidify in their mind what you are.
Okay.
He's just made it so that you're more of a blank slate.
And as I catch up to Freakman, of course, I'll share everyone else with. And I will start mentally preparing a spike to get past their reception.
Okay. Like hacker term. So for anyone heading into to reception, feel free to move yourself to reception.
Okay.
Indeed.
Not sure if all of you are going. I'm assuming so. Once again, Loki and the Valkyries are willing to stay outside.
Understood. There, get away.
I'll move Freya. I'll move you for you.
Thank you. I will go after warning the hell not to let Loki up. Remain there until we.
Yeah. When you say don't let Loki out of their sight, they'll look at you and go, "Oh, we won't." Like, and you can already tell they're standing around him.
It's like, duh.
It's Loki.
I'm assuming all of our gear is also disguised.
It's, as far as you can tell, once again, you and everything you're wearing, everything about you is a blank fog to these people. what they believe you are is up to what you convince them that they believe that you are. They've just, all Loki's done is befuddle their minds into being more susceptible to such a thing, which is sort of what he does. Reception. You are led in, and it is daunting. The thickness of the walls and the door that you pass. You know, if this place goes into lockdown, it is a veritable tomb. One that would last a very long time should it not be opened. It looks like it is as easily defensible for things trying to get out as in. And reception itself, everything is a very, I would once again use the term, a brutalist architecture. Like large concrete slabs, not really decorated. Occasionally you'll have small pennants with like the royal arms on them or something like this. Maybe the British flag, but they're smaller and few and far between. In big, bold, like Arial style letters, you just see Greenwich Prison just simply written in large letters on a blank concrete wall behind a somewhat circular reception desk. And when I say reception desk, it's itself also a large slab of what looks to be a mixture of metal and concrete with systems built into it. And it's like they've got panels of what you're thinking is bulletproof glass rising from the countertop areas to the ceiling, all the way, with only small holes with which that you could pass paperwork and stuff through, as well as like little speakers and whatnot.
As soon as we enter like this heavily fortified, probably really insulated building, you'll see Taverson just take a second and like stop walking for a second and just let out a long sigh of relief. Oh, that's better.
Yes, with that, and what I'm assuming you're playing into at this point is, for Taverson, this is the being connected to the World Wide Web and to the interconnectivity of modern technology. This is the quietest your life has ever been.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
It's like, you know, a regular person going into one of those like super soundproof recording booths. Just, there is no outside connection. This thing is so not only well shielded, but you do pick a little bit of a buzz up that you think there's like a white noise generator going on at some point as well, to even stop or to even fuddle local signals. You're led up to the reception desk. At the reception desk, there's, like I said, there's people behind the bulletproof glass. Looks like two people behind them, both in military uniforms, fairly brisk, well put together, both somewhat lower rank. There's areas where you can slip paperwork through or data tags or anything like that, but there's also touch screen areas where it looks like you could do like palm prints or bio scans or things like this to sort of flag who you are in the system and authorize yourself. The sergeant will point towards the reception and say, "Right then, put yourself in the system, and we will start leading you around whichever direction you wish."
Lieutenant Taverson, the terminal, please.
Yep. Now that Taverson actually think, he's going to step up to the handpad with confidence, and he'll place his hand on it, and then I'll just send my spike through there. Okay.
Placing your hand on it is the first feeling of connectivity to any sort of network you've felt in a while. Searching out with your mind before you even make any rolls, you feel like the entire security system is an enclosed system. 10-to-1 with your knowledge and know-how, this type of system is only updated via a physical carrier probably once a day.
Ooh, we got a bit of a window then.
Now you are attempting to register yourself as I'm supposed to be here.
Yes, so I will hack it. I'll use my hack ability.
Okay. Now this is top of the line. So we are going to start this off as heroic.
Alrighty.
So going through all the things that you have, so what level of proficiencies do you have? Are you specialized? Or you just have training?
I have training in computer coding. I have, not only do I have data jack, I also have the hacker ability.
Okay. Well, just for skills for now. So you've got training. So that'll bring it down by 1. Okay. And what are the other abilities do?
Data jack lets me instantly access and learn more about something. You can get an asset on a task involving a person or an object.
Yeah, I'll give it. I mean, you're trying to invent a person, basically. So I'll give it an asset for that, sure. And what was the other ability that it was given?
You gain quick access to a desired bit of information in a computer or similar device, or you access one in a primary function act.
Okay, I'll add it as another asset, basically, for trying to find particular authorized access codes.
Okay. And then I will, because we need to pass this, I will spend 5 more points to bring that down 2 more times.
Okay, we are currently at a difficulty level 3. So you've brought it from heroic down to just demanding. Most people have a 50% chance to succeed.
Manchester, is there anything? Can we provide an assist somehow?
Unfortunately, your 2 main people that normally provide assists on this are gone.
Yeah, I'm doing it raw. All right, here we go.
All right.
Button.
No, you got it. 28 beats 9.
A natural 28, yes.
11 on a target number 9 is successful.
Excellent.
Yeah, y'all.
Okay. I will give it. Yes, you are indeed successful. So Tavison sits there for a second, and it was close. Like it takes a second to scan. You can definitely see the readers going off on his hand, and it looks like it does like a double pass. And just as the sergeant starts to get a little curious at what's going on and heads over, finally, just for a moment when you think it's going to fail, it does switch over to the green, saying granted, inspection code authorized. Welcome, Inspector. And you're granted authorization codes. The person behind the shielding actually starts to, looks like they register some digital ID badges. They're sort of little plastic badges that have like holographic numbers and stuff on them, and they start basically handing them out, counting how many people there are and who all is in the group and everything. And each one of you is told to pin it on you. You're warned by the sergeant. You know the drill. If you lose your badge for any reason, the automated turret systems may very well not recognize you, and well, we all know that's a bit of strawberry jam bad.
Of course, the control room now. Precious time. I'd like to get home to see my children today.
Manchester is gritting his teeth so hard at the amount of authority that he is surrounded by right now.
Everything is the antithesis of you. Everyone's collar is perfectly pressed. Everyone's hair is perfectly done. Their nails are manicured to within an inch of their lives. Like there's not even dust. Like it looks like it's just been dusted. Like everything is perfect.
Yeah, he's vibrating.
All right. So
like I said, Sergeant, to the control room. We do not have all day.
I was checking something. Okay, so with that, you demand to go to the basically like a control access room. He says, all right, one second, right away. With that, he leads you in. I'll just move. I'm assuming you're going as a group.
Yeah.
Indeed.
He going down a couple of short corridors and then up a couple flights of stairs. He brings you into what you think is the topmost part of the tower. And it's a large room. There's probably a good half a dozen people here on various computer screens. And it looks like they're monitoring various parts of the facility through the screens. Some of it's through the screens itself, but it looks like 3 out of the 6 people are actually wearing some sort of VR goggles.
Gotcha. Lieutenant Taverson, commence systems check.
Sir. Taverson will go up to whatever computer looks like the main hub.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much just do his thing.
The controller that's at it looks at you and goes, "Oh, what do we have here? What's going on, Sergeant?" And the sergeant's like, "Inspection. Didn't we just have one last week?" Yeah, well, you know how it goes. Lieutenant Taverson, I believe it is. Do not forget, of course, restriction protocols. You are here to inspect. I'm assuming the safety standards as usual, but you are still within your normal security clearances. Do not attempt to go places you should not. The automated systems will know what to do, of course. Another raspberry situation.
I will only be testing your securities and making sure everything's up to snuff.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
I expect a printouts of the full guest list. Last cell security sweeps.
A printout? Well, we can give you a digital. We can let you view the digital recording. We can't give it to you, of course.
My apologies. I'd just like to see an
image. You are here for a full inspection, yes?
Select systems.
Okay, but, well, is it a deep system scan? Will he need full access to the systems?
He will need all of your access codes, please.
Oh, not a problem. Yes, private. Summon the warden, please. The warden will be here to give you appropriate access.
Colonel screaming.
One of the privates, taps into a phone, and you hear over a PA system, "Warden to security room, warden to security room, please, thank you." Yes, the warden should be here in several minutes. In the meantime, you do have cursor access if you wish.
Taverson will sit down at the computer and his fingers will dance across the keyboard, but what's actually happening is his thumbs are stealthily releasing a jack in to plug into the actual computer.
Okay, so it looks like you're typing, but really it's almost like little nano wire type of things, interfacing with the actual keyboard or whatever.
All the while internally screaming.
Yeah. This is great.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
You're all going to die.
While Tab's doing that, I'm going to turn to the sergeant and say, "That'll be all, Sergeant. You can go back to your post now."
Oh, my post. But I'm your inspection leader.
The warden will be here shortly. We no longer
yes, of course. I will hand you out when the warden gets here. I'll hand you off. Then I'll return. Of course.
Real quick, is the sergeant wearing one of the badges?
No.
Those ID badges?
No. It looks like people. No one here is wearing those badges.
Balls.
Taverson, you're being the most acquainted with this sort of technology. You're thinking that these people are chipped.
Yeah.
They don't need the badges because they are badges.
Which possibly I might be able to shut down a few of them. Well, first of all, I'm going to test their systems as per part of protocol to see what kind of like system we're working with here.
All right. This is so what exactly did you want to do? Do you just want to see like probe the system, see how hard it is that it bounces back?
Yeah,
Type of
I'm just gonna throw like a dummy Trojan in it and see what happens.
All right. Trying to decide between immortal difficulty or impossible.
More or less, I know this dummy Trojan is going to get annihilated. I just want to see how bad.
We're gonna start with immortal.
Oh.
This is the difficulty if you were to try and bypass a good chunk of like their firewalls and systems to like get super deep.
This is without the access codes or anything like that.
This is just like straight up normal. And unfortunately, like Loki can't help you with this, so you don't get a benefit from his stuff.
So essentially, like, yeah, Saberson would fail us, the Trojan would go forward and just get obliterated by the firewall, and he just kind of like turn a little pale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right.
Now, you think if you were just targeting a certain subsystem, especially if it's not like a critical one, it would probably be easier. But like you said, you were testing the system as a whole. Like that's what you would have to get through if you were trying to, say, put the building in forced lockdown or try to shut down powers in like like the entire complex or something.
Okay. Right now, I'm looking for schematics of the building.
Okay. Yeah, you could that I would allow to be a lot easier. Especially since you're at a console where it's currently recognizing you as you're supposed to be here. So, with your skills and everything, you're just going to succeed at that. You're not even going to have to roll. Honestly, like it's probably you're going to see the blueprints of half the floors just passively on the screens where you are anyways, as they're monitoring things. And it's as simple as registering to like the fire safety systems or they have like several other sensors like heat sensing and whatnot like that are just sort of telling you passively what the schematics of the place are. However, there's one area that's blank. There's like a large section sort of in the core of the building that's just restricted or classified. Yeah, it looks like it's an area just beyond the labs.
Okay, it's just like redacted out of their systems almost.
It's just blank. Yeah, there's nothing there.
Okay, that's interesting. I will upload their schematics to my personal hard drive.
And when you look at it, it looks like in order to access what that blank area would be, clearance code basically says royal allowance required.
I don't think I can just give somebody a royal allowance. Okay. Prisoner manifesto.
Prisoner manifest, or like prisoner, or like the list of the prisoners.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I'm gonna give that to you as well. You can bring it up. It's they have a list of about. There's a list of about 24 people that arise. That are at they're known as basically high priority targets. These ones have call names assigned to them and not their real names. And then on top of that, there's a couple hundred what looks to be other prisoners of varying degrees as well.
I won't worry about the other couple hundred. I'm just looking at the priority ones. What are their call names?
I didn't actually write out a complete list of the 24 people, but
any of them any of them speak to like Miss Britt or anything? Give me the inside.
You know, make an intelligence roll for me. Like, just go ahead and roll, and I'll let you retroactively adjust it if you wish. But I just want to see what you would hit.
D20.
Yep, just roll a d20, basically.
Good strong start.
That's not too bad. I'm going to say, especially since you have some people looking over your shoulder, I'm going to say because Mad Manchester is around there, he's probably going to help point it out as well. There's one person with the call sign Regency that you think is, I mean, if depending on how close they're going, and assuming they're not calling her like cheese or something like that just to throw you off the track, but there's one called Regency that you think, if they're going with theme, may represent her.
Okay. And where would she be held?
They could be anything though. Some of them are named really random things. One of them is like Fish Tank. Another one's Pythagoras. So you don't know why they're named those.
Where would Regency be located in the building?
Regency's location is classified.
Okay, here we go.
The last status update for her was processing.
Okay, yeah. I will kind of give a code to whoever's standing closest to me, one of my party members, and just pretty much say, almost a thieves' cant, just be like, she's processing.
All right, I'm
is out of the nest.
I'm going to look back at the sergeant, and I'm going to erase his memories of the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
And as soon as he does that, I'm going hard at this system.
Okay. It's not a roll to erase his memories. It just works, right?
If he's just a dude.
You reach into the mind of a creature within immediate range and make an intellect roll. On a success, you erase up to the last 5 minutes of its memory.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because he's not a totem or special or anything in this way. He's just a human. So I'm just gonna let you do it. I mean, you're gods. These are just people. So yeah, you erase. I mean, you've been in here a while, but you erased the last 5 minutes, and like you see him look at like basically dazed for that brief second, resetting, and you think you've been in here probably like Taverson probably started his stuff up roughly about 5 minutes ago, so it's reset to before Taverson even tried anything.
So in the days, once again, I'm going to use fast talk, and I'm going to say, you can go back to your post now, Sergeant.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be pretty easy actually. So we're gonna start with a difficulty level 4. Loki drops it to 2.
Okay, and I'll use 2 effort to make it a success, automatic success.
Excellent. All right. However, I would like to offer you some experience. If you would like a GM intrusion, in which case he may still accept, but there may be some unforeseen consequences. Or would you like to spend an experience and say nay?
I should have 1 experience there, not...
Oh. Okay.
And I will I'll take the intrusion, and I'll give the extra experience to Tav.
All right. So with that, the sergeant looks at you and goes, oh, I'm not really should. Yeah. I guess it's all right. The warden's here after all anyways. Have a good one. And looking behind him, you see this massive mechanical frame entering through a side door that you originally didn't realize was a side door. You just thought it was a large plate in the wall that slides open.
Too late.
I was gonna. As the sergeant's like, "Hello, Warden. Have fun with the inspection." And the Warden, in this sort of silky smooth voice, you hear back, "Yes, of course."
Oh no.
So, in comes this fellow. Whew. All right, you let me do this.
Big
Good.
Mama.
The large machine comes in. This, despite its massive frame, it hits the ground softly. It seems to have some sort of suspension system or something where it's still a thump, but it's like you're expecting this like ground shaking thump, but it's just more of like there's a hissing sound of some sort of pneumatics or hydraulics or something going on as it hits the ground with just a soft thud, not much more than a person's boot print, really, as each foot hits the ground. And as he walks up to you, the disc-like, you want to say head, where the camera is mounted, sort of tilts sideways in an oddly quizzical, almost humanoid gesture, as it looks at you and goes,
"Well, what do we have here? Who are you?"
Field Marshal Henry Seymour Conway, here on a surprise inspection.
Field Marshal, you're out of uniform.
Indeed. I got woken up at 3 a.m. to come for this assignment. I was told it was tip-top and just a hustle. Here I am.
"Protocol is important. Please return in uniform."
We're already here.
Your access codes check out. However, protocol is important. Please return in uniform.
Do you happen to have spares here that we could apply? This was told to be utmost
This
high
is
priority.
highly
I came
unusual.
immediately. Of course it is. So was the call at 2 a.m. from the palace.
It will not be appropriate uniforms for you, your rank, or your personage. Please return in uniform when you can. None of you are in uniform. This is highly suspect. I will escort you out. Yes?
Taverson's fingers are still dancing across the keyboard.
Now you feel, although it's tentative and you'd have to do some digging to do it, you do feel a connection to the systems and the robotics of this place. You think there is, although it's self-contained, there is some sort of wireless network that probably does control many of the robots. However, the thing standing in front of you does not appear to be part of that system in any way.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna.
Hey, I got an idea, maybe, of something that Taverson can do. Let's see if I could do this without having him let on. I'm gonna use hedge magic.
Okay.
Just subtly, to make some words on appear on the screen that Taverson's, working on, basically saying, create diversion elsewhere.
I'll allow it, sure.
You just hear Taverson say applesauce. And then I will actually attempt to, not all of them, but just one. I'm going to single out a single bot that's nearby-ish, and I'm going to attempt to take control of him or send him into, start registering hostile targets.
Okay, so it's only one that you're attempting to take control of. So we are going to say this is still going to be intimidating off the bat. Now you are trained. That brings it down automatically by 1. And really, you've got your 2 abilities, which will bring it down by. Well, no, because one of them is just gaining information. You're not gaining. There's the hacking one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hack them.
So you'll only bring it down by the 1.
I will spend. Is it 2 points for just 1?
It's normally 3 at level 1, minus whatever edge you have, if you want.
I have 2 edge.
Okay, so you can use edge to lower that if you wish.
That's only cost me 1.
And then it's level 2 for every level after that. Or it's 2 points for every level after that.
Okay. So yeah, I will spend edge to lower that again.
Okay.
And I'm going from there.
And fingers crossed. Hopefully a distraction.
Oh,
Oh god. Like hopefully we're a minor thing. It's like, okay, it's like, yeah, uniform infractions, but hopefully a distraction will take him elsewhere briefly.
I'm going to assume I get a brief synopsis of the robot's loadout.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give that to you, because I'll say that, like, you couldn't get an asset from your 1 ability, but you do gain information, so I will give you that. The regular robots seem to be the similar to the peace bots used throughout the city.
Okay.
They are generally they have a lot of external weapons themselves. They themselves don't really have much in the way of built-in weapons. They're fairly well armored. They do have an embedded explosive device within them as a failsafe, although it looks like it's a bit of work to get the explosive device to go off, except in very particular circumstances.
Okay. I will bring their weapons online and look at the first human body that I see and just open up.
Okay. All right. So the warden, like, it takes a step towards you guys for a moment as you seem reluctant to go further and reticent to say more about your situation. And all of a sudden you hear down the hall, like, pop, pop, and then like some screaming and whatnot. And the warden immediately bristles with some weapons. It looks like it has built-in weapons as it stands to its full height. Its head turning, head, quote unquote, turning 180 degrees to appear behind it. Although you see smaller, what looks like sub cameras on the back of its head now facing towards you. It looks like it may very well have like a 360 degree like vision range.
Not surprised.
Looking back at you, it will look at you and go, "We will deal with this in one moment. You are restrained to this area. You are not to leave it. I have something to attend to. One moment." And with that, you hear the as he moves fairly quickly, startlingly quickly for his size, actually. And
5-foot tall robot, step like a friggin' ballerina.
Yeah, he lowers down to get through the doorway because I mean it's tall. It's like a good 14 feet tall, something like that. So it's tall. It ducks to get through the doorway, and you hear it sort of sprinting down the hallway to deal with the robot that's gone crazy a short distance away.
All right, we don't have long.
No.
We need to figure out where Miss Britt
I'm
is
going to hand off my laptop that has the layout of the prison
Okay.
already up on screen, and I'm going to like lock the main doors. So I'm going to shut the main doors to this room and pretty much lock them.
Okay. All right.
You
Lock. You just want to lock the doors to this room, right? Not like to the compound.
Yeah, just to the control room.
To the control room. Okay. I am going to say that this is going to be. I mean, you have access, but it was meant just to be like observation access.
It's preliminary access.
So,
that's enough.
Yeah, we're gonna go with this is gonna be an intimidating roll. Because you're in the control room. Otherwise it'd be higher.
It came through a special door, right? Can we lock the corridors that those doors use?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just trying to lock down the room at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to use my hacker ability.
Okay. But yeah, you got your hacker, you're training it, that'll bring it down by 2 automatically.
And I'm going to bring it down another 1.
Spending levels of effort or applying levels of effort.
And then I'm going to go from there. I need this. I'm going to reroll.
Okay. Because you didn't spend any points. You still have 4. You're good?
Fuck.
Opposite direction.
It does not lock down.
Okay. I am actually going to also spend an experience point to declare a story detail.
Oh, okay.
Security rooms like this will have maintenance back roads usually to get to like the servers and like the wiring and whatnot. And they usually can lead to other parts of the building. They're not known. They wouldn't be on any major blueprints, but I'm going to access one of those.
It's Jeffrey's tube.
I was just thinking that it's a Jeffrey's tube.
Especially
Especially
you
Yeah,
would
go
see a
ahead.
panel unlock nearby in the floor.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I will. I love it. Love it. So you declare a story detail, and yes, indeed, these types of complexes, especially a large complex like this, there is space between the walls for all the wiring, the plumbing, the heating, everything like this, and as a result, there are lots of maintenance hatches pretty much everywhere. And much to the surprise of the other half dozen people that are sitting in this room, a door that they didn't even realize existed opens up in the corner, and Taverson looks like he's sort of heading towards it. This will bring you guys. This will lead, it looks like, to the access halls.
Of the people with the VR headsets on, how many people can see us right now?
3. Actually, maybe 4. One of them's sort of like starting to peek out from underneath the VR headset, like wondering what's going on. 2 of them are still fairly committed and like completely in tune with what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. This is the best spot for me right now.
Okay.
I can continue bringing those bots online and doing my thing.
I think you should cause chaos.
So the Jeffrey's tube, quote unquote, that he unlocked, it looks like it leads down through some of the maintenance tunnels and probably leads to a lot of the general access corridors that lead to the majority of the building, basically things like the areas where the cells are and the general prison population. So like to like some of the security booths, but a lot of the gen pop stuff.
And then I'll look around the room to like the other like half dozen people, and I'll look to the group and just be like kind of do like a circle motion, and then just execute motion. I was like, yeah, take them out. That way there's no one else in this room.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do first, is there anything like particularly heavy looking in this room?
No, the only loose objects really are the chairs. The console systems that they're using are all sort of built in, and that's about it.
I think I'll just walk up to one of the ones without a headset and smash their face into the keyboard to knock them out.
Yeah. What are the? How big are the consoles?
Each console, they're basically like a normal desk size, except like everything's sort of built in. The LCD panels are, you're guessing, like probably a normal like 32-inch screen type of thing, keyboard and mouse in front of them. Whatever computer system they're using is integrated into the things that are built into the floor.
Yeah. I mean, for just, for curiosity's sake, do these consoles themselves look like they would be pretty hefty?
If you could separate it from the building, probably not too bad. You're guessing it's mostly empty space and wiring?
Yeah. Because, it's still technically a separate object, because I was going to use fetch, my ability to basically teleport the consoles to block the doors.
Well, at the moment, because they're literally attached to the ground, they're part of the building. If you could loosen it so that it became separated as its own object.
Alright.
I like the idea, but I just think that it's once again, they're integrated into panels that are fused to the floor.
Yeah.
Think of NASA control type thing. It's just these large, hefty banks that are part of the building, basically.
Yeah.
Freya looks at.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be considered its own object, even though it's built in.
Mm-hmm.
Gives him a
Apparently not.
Whether or not got the right.
Yeah.
He's sort of hinting for you guys to off the humans in the room.
Well, in that case, Freya used.
That'll hurt them too.
That'll hurt all of us.
Oh, I thought it was everyone in the area. Pretty sure it's everyone in the area. It's a fireball, basically.
Oh, don't fireball me.
Yeah, it's all those within the area around you. You choose an area, and it's like a grenade. It just...
Okay, so all of these consoles in the center of the room.
Yeah.
So if
that's our week.
If my posse gets behind me,
theoretically, you could all crawl into the shaft for a moment. You either have to leave the room, because it's going to encompass the entire room.
Okay.
Or everyone can crawl into the shaft for a moment, close the lid. You can be most of the way. You can be pew, explode everything, and then crawl back in.
Yeah, we definitely. We don't want to do that.
No, that'll damage computers.
Yeah, Tav needs to be able to actually use the computers.
Just knock
to
them
do
out.
his thing.
They're just regular humans. Can we not just knock them out? I just want to grab one.
Yeah, you don't
and
even have to roll. If you want to kill them, you can just say you kill them.
I don't even want to kill them. I want to just grab the one, knock them off the keyboard or off of the console, knock them unconscious, go to the next one, knock them unconscious.
Yeah, you could do that. Freya, your mental ability where you can cause them mental damage or psychic damage or whatever.
Yes,
you don't even you don't even have to roll, and because of your edge, it doesn't cost you anything. You can just mentally overwhelm them, and you can choose whether they go unconscious or their brain explodes.
Onslaught, right?
Yeah.
I can do that. Boom.
To kill or to knock unconscious?
Knock unconscious.
Okay.
As soon as the room's clear and there's no more prying eyes, Taverson will motion everyone to go, and then you'll just see Taverson just wires just come out of everywhere as his chest opens up and just his body just goes limp.
Okay, so Taverson goes hentai and urges you guys to move on.
Oh, actually, I have an idea. Are any of these people that we got here particularly hefty? Like any of these, like
yeah, you know, I will say
there are any pretty chunky guys.
I will say there's like one lady in the corner that she's a little thick. She's got a few C's. Few C's level thick.
Like,
So, yeah, we're pretty close to the Lewisham.
How big was the entrance door here?
The human
oh yeah,
one?
the doorway would have to be pretty. Oh yeah. Yeah, the doorway would have to be pretty big for.
There's the human one, and then the one that the 14-foot tall monstrosity came through.
Yeah, damn it! I'm trying to think of ways to block that door.
Let's go. We don't have time for this. You'll hear Taverson's voice just reverb through the computer electronics.
What's the best way from the access halls to processing where Miss Britt is?
That's the thing. She's not on the books right now. She's somewhere in between. I'm going to try my best to guide them. I
Probably
believe
in that blank area.
Yeah, there's a blank area past the labs. Your best bet's probably there.
Good luck. Start heading through the tube.
Did you want to retry locking the doors?
Yes.
Okay. That means it's going to be difficulty 7 now instead of 6 because it's harder every time.
Yep.
Now you are trained. You have a hacking ability, so that brings it to a 5.
Going to lower it.
You're going to spend a level of effort. Okay.
I'll have to do.
And you've been spending some intellect effort.
Yes.
I'm gonna attempt to restore some of that with you because I've got extra recovery rolls to burn.
I'm starting to burn out.
Yeah,
I have a lot of it.
He burned through a lot of it.
I'm trying to think of how much I could use.
But that won't affect this roll here, though, right?
No, but I'm gonna like help you.
He's not helping
It's
the
not gonna
roll.
help that roll. I'm gonna give you, ideally, hopefully, some intellect back to.
Yeah.
So
He's just healing
like,
it.
I can't. I don't want to make it too hard to try and
But
pull
we'll
off.
deal with that after this roll. So
Yeah.
right now you're at
Yeah, do
difficulty
your
level
roll.
4 intellect.
At that point, I'm going to spend a little extra and lower it.
Sure. Okay, so you spend 2 levels of effort. So it's normally 5 points minus whatever edge you have, if you want to make it easier on yourself. So difficulty level 3. Oh, that is a good roll. With a minor effect as well. What do we think a minor effect would be for finally getting access to the room and locking the doors?
He
There's
figured
no
out.
blast doors.
I was gonna say you figured out how to work all the doors in the building. 'Cause
You pretty much just hard nut the room.
Okay, you know what?
like,
Yeah,
figure it out.
I will give you not that all the doors in the building. It's still just this room, but you not only close and lock the doors. I'm going to give it that you also initiate like safety lockdown for the room. So on top of the doors closing and locking, like blast shields come down over the doors.
Okay.
Oh, thank God, that's what we.
You're
need.
guessing if he was persistent enough, the warden could still probably work his way through them eventually, but that's not anytime soon.
Warden's going to have his hands full.
So I am gonna try and restore. Let's see here.
A little more time. I'm happy.
I'm gonna play with the odds on this one. I'm gonna attempt. I'm gonna see if I can roll well and the odds will be in my favor. I'm gonna try and restore 6 points of intellect to him.
Oh, okay, that's a hefty roll.
I'm gonna use 2 levels of effort though to
Okay,
drop
so
that.
yeah, by default, it's going to be difficulty level 6 then. Brings it down to a 4. Don't you have skills with... Oh, no, I guess this isn't normal.
And I'm gonna use my
Medical.
anticipation for an extra asset.
Okay, so that brings it to a 3.
All right.
It's like 50-50 chance.
All right, no modifier. Come on, work.
Really good. There you go. It works.
very good.
All right, and then I'm gonna eat up my single action, one of my single action recovery rolls.
Okay.
To gain back the intellect that I just spent on effort.
Yeah. So you...
There you go. There's.
Yeah, he's restored 6 intellect for you.
Did we just knock out all those other people that are on the consoles?
Yes.
Basically, yeah. We're just kind of hand waving.
Mad Manchester and Freya went around doing either like knocking them like a little forcefully or just psychically being like sleep. And now you have like just a pile of unconscious and sleeping people in the corner.
What's the name of that big What's the name of that big robot again?
The Warden.
The Warden. All right, I'm gonna actually shake one of those people awake. The one that seemed the least beat up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna quickly, basically, I'm gonna use fast talk, where when speaking to an intelligent creature who can understand you and isn't hostile, you convince that creature to take one reasonable action in the next round. A reasonable action must be agreed upon by the GM. What I want to hear about, so I want to discuss with you, I'm going to convince with my wonderful deception skills that this person, that the Warden has gone berserk. We have locked down the facility. The Warden is trying to murder everyone in the building. We need this person's help for the lieutenant over here in any way, shape, or possible, keeping the systems all locked down and away from the Warden. So I want to get you a hacker to help.
Okay.
Would that be reasonable?
It's not one. You're not getting her to do one action though. You want her to sit here and just like continuously help out.
One reasonable action would be to help keep the doors shut or something. I guess
you can get them to give you access codes that could give me a potential aid in like dealing with.
Yeah, because an action is like open this door, hand me that phone. Like it's like one action you would do in like a combat round type of thing.
All right, then, yeah, in this case, then, to give the lieutenant their access codes to help prevent the Warden from murdering them.
You know what? You've got them fooled that you're here for a reason, that you're inspectors. They've already heard robots firing. You know what? One second here. High or low to be good? Choose high or low. High, so... Okay. Nice. It was Freya that was the one that knocked her out. So she wasn't like forcefully clubbed in the head or anything. She just like fell asleep at her console and she doesn't know why. Right. So she sees her friends in the corner, but she sees the room is in lockdown, which is something normally only an official could do. And yeah, everything seems pretty reasonable. So in that case, she basically, what I'm going to do is you have limited access codes. Like she doesn't have everything, but it's going to act as an asset when attempting to, like, she just has the ability to shut down systems or reroute power. So if it's anything to do with shutting down systems or rerouting power, you're going to have an asset on that roll.
I'll take it.
All right.
And then I'm assuming Freya knocks her out again.
Yeah, actually
sleep.
Yeah, I guess sleep again. Sure. Yeah, whatever. That, or I could use my new ridiculous what's it called again? Unexpected betrayal, and just like ridiculously murder this person. But that's fine. A knockout is fine.
I mean, that's up to you.
No. Thanks for your help. Shoot her in the head.
That's kind of what unexpected betrayal is, but that's fine.
I mean, Taverson did originally motion for everyone to off them, so it's not like some of you have a problem with this. Some of you might.
The Brakeman doesn't care if this person lives or dies because he doesn't really like the establishment either. But yeah, he's fine with sleep.
Okay,
we gotta go. We gotta go save a girl.
So I'm assuming Freya just sort of sleeps, puts him in the corner, puts baby in the corner.
Be right back. I'll be right back. I need to go see a man about a horse.
Okay. So essentially, all Taverson is doing is guiding them through the halls and constantly hacking a droid and taking on the Warden with it. They'll instantly get annihilated, and then I'll have to move to another one.
Now, where are you guiding them? Are you trying to guide them towards the cells, or like that like restricted blank area, or like where do you think you're trying to guide them?
I believe the best shot is to go to the restricted area because she's not in a cell, she's processing.
Okay.
Get up cells first.
I can get you to the cells. The cells are easy. The cells are one over from the access hall, if I'm correct.
So let's let the prisoners loose to cause more chaos, which would make it easier for us to slip out.
That's Yeah, possibly.
I like that.
Yeah, it might be doable to let like the normal nothing prisoners.
Yeah, I imagine like the normal nothing prisoners are, although they're under heavy security, they're not as heavily watched.
The Gen Pop is it's I mean, this is still a super max. Like the people that are here are like mega genius serial killers and stuff. So
Yeah.
10 to 1, they like there's only a couple of 100 people here in this facility like this. They're generally a big deal. Also the systems all seem to be isolated. Each system is agnostic to each other. So you're guessing that whatever controls the security gates within the general pop cell area is different than the general security area that you're in right now, which it controls mainly like the outer shell of the building and the general defenses.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, we're going to need to bring you with to the next control center.
Not there. Do you have something like a thumbstick with your imprint on it or something that can connect us?
Yeah, I could do that. And I'll pull out what looks like a flash drive, and I'll just plug it in. And all it is sending me a signal.
Yeah, I'm assuming you could probably rig up some
Like
sort
my
of
own
transmitter.
So what I'm going to say, if you want
you make like a program that just runs havoc while
if you
gone.
want them to bring like a wireless transmitter thing so that you can wirelessly attempt to hack with them, the way I'm going to do it is for every zone of a difference in between you guys, it's going to be an additional difficulty higher.
Okay.
Because of the white noise generator and all the shielding.
Yeah, and that's shutting down.
Now, the question is, do we want to do this the other way around? We want to bring Tav with us and leave the thing plugged in here.
Warden catch up to you guys, it's gonna really complicate things.
If the warden gets through these doors somehow and gets to you in this room, we're boned.
I'm boned.
I know, but you're our hacker. We need you to get through the security.
I happen to have a specific trick that could make the warden stay rough. But I need to be with you. We need to be working as a unit. It won't work alone.
Okay, it's like either way, it's like we'll figure this out. Yeah, Tav wants to stay here in the security room.
I will hand him the thumbstick.
Okay.
I hold the power of Taverson in my hands.
All right, let's go.
All right. So I'm putting a red dot here. So as you're getting ready to do this, Loki suddenly appears in the room. He looks a little strained, almost like he's struggling. And he looks at you and goes, I'm not actually here. I just need to let you know, whatever you're doing hasn't broken my spell yet, but it's putting a real strain on me. So you might want to hurry. If this strain keeps building, I'm not sure I can hold this.
And just keep it around you and the Valkyries. We'll be fine.
Okay. I will try my best.
Yeah, if it comes down to it, just hold it on you and the Valkyries.
And with that, he vanishes. Basically, for each one of these red dots that I add, it's another level of strain that's being applied onto him. So right now, the guards haven't recognized you as an enemy, but they know something's going on.
All right.
If it reaches 3 dots, then his spell will fail.
I have an idea. I'll take the thumbstick. I'll pretty much unplug myself. I will plug it into the computer, and I'll run, as the Freakman said, a basic Havoc program to just constantly attempt to hack into the basic robots and attack the warden. And it'll just loop that over and over again.
Okay. So you want a program to do it. That's going to be pretty difficult because you're trying to get a program to basically mimic your skills and repeatedly. And you do know this is a pretty sophisticated system with constantly changing like access codes and stuff like this. So it is. I'm going to say that this is another immortal task, a task worthy of legends that lasts through the ages.
Alrighty.
Because this is you're basically duplicating yourself in a way on a thumb drive. Now you are trained. You have your hacking ability, and unfortunately, the asset's only for powering things up or down. Because her access code is specifically for like the power systems. Like if you're just shutting the robots down, it would apply.
All right, then I will spend 2 levels of effort to bring it down 2 more points.
Okay.
And this will have to do.
Here's where we pray to RN Jesus.
Fuck.
Not even close.
Okay.
Reroll?
I'll do 1 reroll.
Okay. Spending an experience point, doing a reroll.
Oh my god.
Not much better.
Damn it.
What you're trying to do, especially like last minute stressful situation, you're basically trying to imprint a version of you into a system to hack the bots for you. It's proving too much. It's just overwhelming you, and it's not the type of thing you feel like you're able to do right now, like last second.
No, this is not going to work. I have to stay here.
Yeah, because this being the general security room is the only area that controls the general security, aka like the bots and the built-in turrets. You do notice on top of the bots themselves, if the security system is alerted, these turrets can drop down from the ceilings in certain areas where they're basically miniguns. Now, thankfully, where you are, you still have access to such things.
Yeah. Okay. I'll push the transponder into Cornelius's hands and be like, I have to stay here. This is not going to work. You got to go.
All right. Good luck. Godspeed.
And I will just plug back in and do it manually.
So you're going to be following them remotely. Now you can at least monitor where they are. Like I said, there's movement, heat sensors, etc. You currently have access to them. So except for the one blank spot, you can generally see where everybody is.
Tav, get us to the cells.
Okay. I will guide them. I'll project myself into their virtual world.
Okay. So in that case, we will start. I'll just bring people going, except for Tab. So first of all, you get down to the access hallways. Now, thankfully, this is not the direction the warden was. He actually went in the direction of the labs, where he was headed, where the bot was going nuts. Getting into the access hallways, this seems to be more of the bulk of the corridors for the buildings that are the guards and technicians and everything everybody can get to. There are also numerous other bots here as well. Now, as you peek through the doorway, as you're exiting the hatch, the maintenance hatch, the Jeffries tube, if you will, leading to this hallway, and you peek out, you see flashing red lights. There are guards running around like frenzied ants, as well as there are patrolling bots of various kind as well, going around, looks like securing down the facility. Not under lockdown yet, but they're definitely on high alert. I mean, something bad just happened. So, how are you going to move into? So, like, you're really actually sort of like between the zones right now. How are you moving into the access halls here? Are you doing so? Are you trying to be like all stealthily, or are you just going to try and rely on Loki's powers and sort of bullshit your way through as best as possible?
I'm gonna rely on my powers to bullshit.
Nice.
Without having to stress out Loki.
Ditto.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna walk confidently into.
Yeah, we can walk.
the access halls.
Let's say normally, not too confidently, so that we couldn't hide.
Okay.
But not like if someone came up to us, we wouldn't look suspiciously hiding. We'd just be like, "I'm the boss here. Fuck you."
All right. So let's. It is nice once in a blue moon for me to get to roll. I'm just going to see a quick one. If someone around is even going to notice that something's up. That is a yes. So as you're exiting the Jeffries tube into the access halls, you are wandering around them. Try not to be too confident, but you are trying to feel like you're trying to belong. When one of the robots, one of the peacekeepers, looks at you and sort of gets the attention of one of its mortal handlers, so to speak, because it looks like the peacekeeper bots, you're guessing they don't make their own decisions per se. They're there as backup. They still rely on the humans to make all the decisions. So a guard and a peacekeeper bot, and I'll show you I'll show you what everything looks like. So the peace bots you have seen before, heavily armored, fairly straightforward type of bots. You're not even like they've got like a big sensor thing on the top, but they look like they're pretty well built, pretty solid. And then the Supermax guards are pretty straightforward. Ignore the American flag on the patch. I didn't feel like photoshopping it out or whatever. They'd have like a British or like a crown or something. But they're like riot gear guards.
So I'll look at the guard if the guard is coming to like help identify us.
Yes.
I will flash the badge because we've all been given those badges showing that we are inspectors. I'll say, yes, we're the inspectors. We were going through the inspection when the warden started shooting, and we ran. And I'm going to spin identity.
Okay. All right. Spin identity. That's oh yeah, there it is. Spin identity. That you are someone or something other than you are. So yeah, you can just be like, I am this. Fooled up for an hour. That's pretty damn good, unless you do something to fuck it up, basically. It's an action. You attempt to convince, that's if you're attempting to convince more than one creature, you're only convincing one. Okay. So it's just going to work. It'll cost you the 1 intellect point.
Oh, it's 2.
Yeah, but you have an edge of 1. So it would lower it by 1.
Oh.
Because it costs you 2, but the edge, you can use the edge to lower it.
Oh, cool.
So it'll only cost you 1. And yeah, you can, without a roll, especially since he's just a human numpty, like he's just a nobody. Like he's like Ensign Jones, whatever. And you instantly fool him. Now, Tav, back in the security room, as you're monitoring them, this guard is having like Jedi mind trick pulled on him by Mad Manchester. He just uses his totem powers, waves his hand, and you can definitely see the guard being like, oh yeah, no, these are not the people you're looking for, whatever. However, the robot is suddenly starting to try and access security footage files and whatnot of these people to verify their identities.
Okay, I'm going to try and remote access this bot.
Okay.
And marinate it, essentially.
All right, so it is... so we're going to say it's challenging. Challenging? Yeah, challenging. So we're gonna start with challenging. It's difficulty level 5. Now, of course, trained, hacking, brings it down to 3.
Okay.
The asset from her is only if you're doing power stuff, shutting something down, something like that.
I don't trust my rolls right now, so I'm going to lower that another one.
Okay. So that's difficulty level 2, target number 6. Music stopping.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, you're good this time. Okay. What is it exactly you were trying to do for the robot? Are you feeding false information? Are you just stopping it from doing what it's doing and just putting it in a loop? Taking it over? Okay.
Yeah, you robo avatar.
I will allow you to feed instructions into the peace bot.
Now you can follow us without following us.
Pretty much start like, if anybody, other guards come up, and just be like security escort, essentially.
Okay, so the mortal human handler that's with it, he accepts your story, starts to walk away, sees the bot standing there, and he's like, oh, come along. And you're like, assigned security escort or giving some gibberish or bullshit. And he still has like the lingering befuddlement from Mad Manchester, so I'm not going to require a roll. I'm just going to let it. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, they are who they say they are, so that makes sense. So he just accepts it and walks away, thanks to the power of Mad Manchester mixed with Taverson.
He's just going to walk away.
Yeah, teamwork, baby.
He's leaving the robot alone. He's not going to come with.
Oh no, the bot's coming with.
No, the handler's just gonna go the opposite direction, basically.
Oh, he just goes back to whatever he was doing. He was going somewhere. He just happened to notice you at the time.
Okay, gotcha.
Me as the bot will turn to Manchester and be like, the cells are straight ahead in the best monotone voice I can get.
Sounds just like Taverson. Let's go.
God.
So you've got a peace bot following you along.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
Give it a temporary
Guide
name.
us to the cells.
Yeah, you're going along the access halls. One, you've had someone sort of confirm your identity. Everyone else kind of noticed this. Two, you've actively got one of the local guarding bots following you peacefully and protecting you. So in the access halls, no one else is giving you any guff. You finally get to the border of the Gen Pop area with the cells, and it looks like there's basically another security station. There's more guards behind some bulletproof glass. The lights are still sort of flashing a little bit, but it looks like it's been long enough now that and Taverson, you'll notice is the bot that you made go crazy initially is done. It's been dismantled.
It's offline.
High alert has been brought down to basically like a yellow alert, like everyone should be cautious, but there's nothing immediately dangerous going on. And although you don't have a direct sensor to where the warden is, passively you can still sort of see where he is through the movement sensors and everything you have within the hallways. And you do know that he is coming back to the security room.
Well, hopefully those blast doors hold. I'll have to make another distraction. You guys might lose this bot.
That's fine.
So
we'll get into the cells.
As you and John the Fifth reach the border to the cells, yeah, it's another area. Once again, they're behind glass. There's more confirmation panels. It looks like you've now reached the next subsystem that you're at. What are you going to do?
Is there like is it just a door that it looks like to get through, or
It looks like the type of door like they have to buzz you through type of thing. It's reinforced metal and whatever that bulletproof glass that they're using is.
There's someone at the door.
And there's like the other places, there's two guards, so guard in tandem. Behind, it's like a normal checkpoint in a prison at this point. You know how there's usually the sub booth where there's a person that actually has to buzz you into the Gen Pop area. There's like two guards behind this at another almost like desk, like a reception desk.
All right, gonna walk right up to him like we own the place.
Okay.
Field Marshal Henry Seymour Conway here on official inspection. Show my little badge.
You see the one guy go, oh, I think I heard something about an inspection going on.
Yeah, please open the doors. We're coming through for the checks.
I thought you were here for inspection on the security room. You don't normally do inspections in multiple areas.
We are today. This is a select inspection. Specific systems we're checking through, including you, sir. So I hope you open this door quickly if you want to be put well on my report.
Understandable, sir. We are in like a yellow level alert, though. I'm not sure. I mean, I do want to do my job to the best of my.
Alert?
What's this?
Who do you think put on the yellow alert?
Oh, you, sir. I see. You're testing me, sir. In that case, I will definitely not let you through.
Excellent. I'm going to pretend to make a mental note of that. Now you're going to have to let us through, but you passed all cursory inspection.
All right, we're gonna make a roll on this one.
Sure.
Like he believes you are who he says. It's whether your shenanigans have befuddled him enough that, yeah. You're probably gonna be able to lower this to nothing easily enough, anyways. I'm gonna say this is only a demanding task.
Does that make it?
I don't think you can not.
I have specialization in deception. So what does that bring it down? 3?
It brings it down to a 1.
Yeah. I'll risk rolling. I guess I should just get an auto success just in case. Yeah.
You can always wipe their memories if you fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, but Manchester can. Yeah. Okay.
And so can I.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'll just roll. It's fine. There we go.
Very good. Oh, right. Well, thank you for allowing me to pass the test.
So what's your name again, Ensign?
Bavril.
Ensign Bavril. You will be remembered and commendated. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. There you go. And there's like the click as you hear like the door sort of release from its like magnetic ceiling. And you have access to the cells area.
I'm going to give him one further order. These doors are not to be locked so long as myself and my inspection team are inside the cell area. Understood?
Right, sir. I got it. And he gives you a bit of a wink.
Fuck. I don't know what that means, but okay. I have to play this double talk game with him again. Off we go into the cells.
Okay.
Different layers of double talk.
You're now in the Gen Pop area. Now this isn't just cells, it's per se like there's some security, there's some offices that local people can deal with. There's all of the facilities for the Gen Pop, even though it is maximum security, they're still occasionally allowed to do things like there's like a little library, there is an exercise room, the mess hall, things like this. Once again, these aren't the super strictly controlled, like they're not allowed to leave their cell type of people. That's definitely further on if you were to go deeper. These people are still allowed within the Gen Pop areas. Now they're still barred off areas, like you're not mingling amongst prisoners per se. You're still wandering hallways that are primarily meant for guards, although maybe certain quote unquote trusted prisoners may occasionally be walking through them doing errands for the guards, that type of thing. And yes, this is where you're wandering around in Taverson. You're leading them through these maze of hallways. Go right, go left, etc. Now, which direction are you leading them back through where it connects back to what's quote unquote like labeled as the lab facilities or the experimentation areas, or are you bringing them deeper into solitary hoping that she's there?
We want to let the guards or let the prisoners loose.
Oh, okay.
As an additional distraction. So we need to get to whatever control room controls these cells to get them open. That's why we had Tab give us the drive.
Right, okay. Yes, so in that case, you are able to wander around. Tab, you know where the security room is. You're you're led up, like you can monitor them, but you can't control anything in that particular area until you've gained access. And as they go through, you reach a door that leads to a security area. It looks like another door that needs to be buzzed. And as you go to reach for the panel to like the call button, you hear the click and the door opens.
All right, we'll walk in.
Okay, you walk in and you're allowed in. It looks like maybe your buddy at the front desk has been following you as well and has let you in remotely. Thanks to some cajoling and mindfuckery from gods. And you walk into what looks to be a very similar, if scaled down version of the security room that Tav is in. It doesn't have quite as many of like the big computer banks. It doesn't have like a giant screen on the wall or anything. It's a little cozier, but it's still super secure, still just as high tech. It's pretty good, pretty impressive.
Taverson will, in your earpiece, will be like, I need to be plugged into a access panel.
I'll say, Inspector, here to test the systems. Please move aside.
Okay, there's been enough, I'd say, people talking amongst the building, enough chatter on the radios. You've convinced enough people that I'm not going to make you roll for this particular subset of guards. Some of them, there's only 4 people in here right now, rather than the 6 that were in the main room. And one, like 2 of them stand off to the side because they're like, well, a couple people have to wait here. We'll just stand on the side, let you do your thing. And the other 2 are like, oh, it sounds like a coffee break.
Beautiful. I'm going to plug the Tav stick in to the computer system, and I'm going to kind of look at Freya and nod like you know what to do.
EXE.
And Freya walks around behind the operative and taps them on their head.
Night. Well, there's only the 2 of them left. The other 2 went on coffee break.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I'm so proud of you all for doing such a fine job. Beat them unconscious.
Yeah, they softly shuffle to the ground. Like, it's not even like they immediately go down. Just as Freya does it, they're like, oh, tired. And they just kind of go down and start napping.
Well, I still have control of the bot. Do they have any like key cards or anything like that would let us get access to other areas?
The bots themselves, no. Normally it looks like the bots are keyed to remain in their designated areas and then only can be moved if they're with like a human handler to let them through.
I'm talking about the people we just slept.
Sorry, what did you want to know about the people you slept?
If they have key cards.
Oh, no, none of the people that work here seem to have key cards. Once again, you're guessing they're chipped. You don't know where in their body their chip is, but there's probably some tiny little micro, like RFID chip. Like, it's not even something you can really interface with, but there's some little like access chip somewhere.
Enough time, I'll interface.
All right, Tab.
You know what?
Do this.
Fuck this. I could do it for free. Premonition.
Okay. All right.
Oh!
You're going to try and look into the future.
Yeah. Learn one random fact about a creature or location that's pertinent to a topic you designate. See if I can find one of their chips.
Time.
Eeny, meeny, miny, here.
All right. Yeah. So you spend your 0 points because, I mean, it costs 2, but then you have 2 edge.
Yeah.
So you spend your 0 points and you do it. You pick up one of the people and it looks like it's implanted in them just under their collarbone.
Cool.
Like if you were like not like behind the collarbone, but just underneath it. If you were to dig in there, you're guessing you know where it should be, and it looks like you're guessing with your premonition that that's the type of thing that it's probably a normal area for everybody.
Yeah. Like, okay.
I just realized I was spending extra points.
Left side. And you, with your premonition, you can sort of envision what it would look like if you took it out. It's about the size of somewhere between like a grain of rice and a Tic Tac.
So kind of tiny. I don't have to go too deep.
It is, yes. Not under the bone, no.
Yeah. Just kind of like looking at the guy. It's like, anybody got a pocket knife? Anybody have a pocket knife for a scalpel?
Scalpel, no, but Freakman hands you a knife.
Half the group probably just handed you a bladed weapon of some kind. I meant like Freya was handing a dagger, Freakman's handing a knife, and I imagine Mad Manchester opens his coat and there's dangling things.
I'll just grab whichever one's closest, and then just
okay.
Watch me jab into this one of these poor guys.
Failing that, I was gonna just have the robot rip the collarbone off.
Oh.
Manchester hands you like a pocket knife covered in resin.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like
they're gonna be high as fuck when they wake up, maybe. Right into the bloodstream.
Dude, why am I bleeding?
I'm hurt, and I really want tacos.
Where's my collarbone?
It's like, I'll use that. You might as well feel good about it after that. It's like, so you just like Cornelius just randomly just stares at the guy. It's like, you got a knife.
And because the way she put them to sleep was technically through mental damage, like they're not waking up. They're like in a coma. Yeah. So even like, digging into them with a knife is not enough to wake them up.
Anybody else twisting in their seat right now?
You were the one willing to rip out their collarbones.
This is the kind of system.
Yeah, I'll go and dig out this poor bastard's chip.
Yeah. Once again, it's just a little thing. Like you don't even think it has any like active circuits in it per se, so much as it's like an RFID chip. Like it just registers on sensors that you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You dig it out. Meanwhile, someone is, I'm assuming, sticking Taverson's dongle into a hole.
Yes, that's me.
Deep.
A dongle is a small instrument, a computer instrument. What were you thinking, you dirty old one?
We're shoving the dongle in.
Did you spit on it?
To help Tav.
No, I lubricated the hole first.
Oh my god.
So the Tav may penetrate.
Yeah, and we de-evolved. All right, we went from PG to yes.
Demonetized.
Taverson, you have, it's shaky, but you do have access to the security room for the Gen Pop area.
Yeah, so it's just an automatic program that would just start running. It's the Taverson EXE, and it would just open things.
Okay.
Doors and whatnot.
All right. Well, what I'll have you do is I'm still gonna have you do as the roles, because it's like a subset of you, and you're sort of basically it's a part of your consciousness that you're controlling remotely. So, what are you trying to do right now? You're just trying to release everybody?
I'm trying to open all the prison cells.
Okay. We are going to say that this is... We're going to go with formidable, impossibles without good skills or great effort as the base. Now we're just, what it was is we're running this, if you're running it as the program, that means that like we can still apply levels of effort and everything, but if you have any local assets, they won't apply to this. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, you can't use the lady to help you per se with the shutdown. But you still have your hacking, you still have your skill. So we're at a difficulty level of 5. You can still apply levels of effort if you wish.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna have to take a small break here in a second. Yeah, I will apply 2 levels of effort.
Okay. You can easily, if you wanted to, like, get some back. Remember the healing. The first time you heal is only an action. The second time is only 10 minutes.
How long would it have taken them to get from the security room to the cells?
Oh, they've probably been gone about 20 minutes.
Okay, so I would have healed at least twice.
Yeah, so you don't have Santa with you, So it's a little bit less, but you would have healed, if you wanted to take both, it'd be like 2d6 plus 2. Spread amongst your stats however you wish.
2d6 plus 4.
2d6 plus 4, I apologize. That is correct. If Santa was here, it would have gotten an extra 2, but he's not.
Okay, I'll take it. I will take it.
There you go.
Alrighty. And yeah, I will roll from there.
Okay.
Target level 3.
Mini Tav. I will call him Mini Tav. Mini Tav is indeed successful. So you plug the dongle in. You see it's sort of the interface, a bunch of numbers and matrix code flies by and stuff. It does indeed say the magic words, so it does indeed work. And there's this cacophonous sound of clanking and like clang and things like this as hundreds of not just the cell blocks but like all the gates leading to the general area and everything like that all immediately swing open.
Is there an intercom?
There is, yes. You don't even have to hack for that. There's just like literally a button nearby where you can speak into it.
I'm gonna press the button and say, ladies and gentlemen, this is your local embodiment of chaos telling you that it's time for you to have some fun. Be free, and I'm gonna let the button go and walk out.
That would have gotten the warden's attention.
Okay. There is indeed chaos. There you can hear yelps and laughter and screams. Then after a few moments, gunfire begins as well, as all hell breaks loose in the Gen Pop area, within the cells area.
Excellent.
So what you gonna do now?
I'm gonna pull Tav's thing and say, I'm going to try and get him to solitary to release them as well.
Okay.
If
So you're
anybody
thinking
else has we let out we're letting out everybody. We're letting out the worst of the worst, because that distraction is going to give us a fighting chance.
Yeah, so are you all going to go, or are you going to split up?
Ooh, this is the tough part.
I mean, I'm fine if you want to split up. That doesn't bother me at all.
So I'm willing to bet that who we're looking for is in that, unspecified area. I'm assuming that's where they'd be keeping the totem.
The robot will actually put a hand on Manchester's shoulder and be like, this is a sufficient enough distraction. I'm 99.9% sure that Miss Britt will be in the redacted area.
Are you sure it's distraction enough?
As you just hear gunshots ring out.
We need
Yes.
to distract the warden as well, and that's why I think releasing the things in solitary might help. If we can't do it from here, then we at least have to get you there to be able to open those doors too. But if you think it's a distraction enough that the warden will have to handle them as well, then we can probably just move on through the labs.
It's not an easy decision, but I feel like time was against us right now.
Yeah, and all this shit going down, they might, even attempt to lock the area down further where those people are. Now that all these prisoners have been let loose, we should probably make haste to.
Yeah, you probably won't be able to come
redacted
back
area.
through this way.
Might be too reinforced by the time we go over there. If we try and go for solitary.
Because if judging by protocol, once a situation like this happens, there's going to be a brief window to get all employees out of the area, and then it's going to go into full lockdown.
And as it is, as we go through the labs, we're still going to have to avoid the warden.
All right, let's go get the totems.
Labs.
And hope that they're in that area.
Okay, so you start leading them once again, I'm assuming, through the now much more dangerous hallways, although you're not dressed in guard uniforms. And Loki wasn't doing anything with the guards, or with the prisoners. So they just see you as other people. However, there is now another level of stress on Loki as
For
more
Loki,
chaos
the
reigns.
helicopter having an aneurysm.
Yeah, he's just like, why? Oh god, why? As he is straining and straining to hold the fugue that is enveloping who you are in place, at least amongst the squishy minds, the gray matter. So
yeah, I will, as the P-Spot, continue to escorting them.
All right. Occasionally, you will see some of the guards start throwing things at the P-Spot or whatnot. However, if the P-Spot isn't attacking them back, they kind of lose interest, as they may see like an actual like guard or like a P-Spot that is attacking, and then they'll be like, "Oh, get him!"
I assume you mean the prisoners throwing stuff.
The prisoners throwing stuff. My bad. Because the prisoners see the P-Spot and they're like, "Fuck you!" and like they'll throw stuff at him. But if he doesn't do anything, they just leave him alone. He's a toaster, and they're not bothering the rest of you. I mean, Mad Manchester looks like he probably just was freshly brought here himself, anyways. Yeah. So you go through. It is bloody warfare. There are people attacking each other. They're maiming guards. You see a guard, you think literally being torn limb from limb in the mess hall. There's a bunch of like these like super overly jacked brutes just absolutely like tugging on him and like doing horrible things to him. And in the corner is a small balding man that seems to be covered in blood on the front, who's now sitting at one of the tables by himself eating some meatloaf off a tray.
Oh god, meatloaf, quote unquote.
It looks like actual meatloaf, like from the cafeteria. Okay. Like it's like cooked and processed and everything. Like it looks like he's covered in blood, but now just sitting there eating lunch.
I was just hungry.
Time for lunch. And with that, you get to basically the next area, to the labs. Now, this area, it looks like it's going on lockdown. Now, it's not on complete lockdown yet. The blast shields haven't dropped, but the lighting's been changed to like the flashing red, and you do see the turrets currently activated, although not firing at anybody as of yet. They're in like sentry mode in case something does attack any of the gate areas. Doesn't look like the turrets are necessarily defending the guards, which speaks a lot to their designer. They're just defending the gate areas to the other zones. When you get there, like the other areas, there is a sort of reception area almost. There's some guards back there. The bulletproof glass is now been like, it's tinted so you can barely see behind them or see them behind it, but you still see that there's people there. And the little slots that you normally like hand stuff through, for instance, has like a little tiny blast shield that's lowered over it. And the display screens that you use for like biometric scanners and whatnot are just red with just alert written across them. What are you going to do?
I'm going to walk up to the reception again. Drop my tag over sort of the little slots they could see through at it. Like, Field Marshal Henry Seymour Conway. This has to be by far the worst inspection I have ever been a part of. Open this door immediately.
Okay, so I mean, you've convinced a lot of people so far. You're recognized within the system. You have a peace bot with you. You have a tag. I'm not going to make you roll for it if you're willing to spend the experience point to refuse this intrusion.
Oh, no.
I guess I will use the experience.
Yeah, okay. All right. Otherwise, you can gain experience points.
Not this time.
All right. In that case, yes, I will. They're like, "Oh, sir, oh, what are you doing over there?" You can definitely see someone sort of looking behind you, like, "Oh, it's clear, let them through, and you hear the click, like as the door, the magnetic seal hits for a second, so that you can get through.
Beautiful.
With that, you gain entrance to the labs area. Now the labs.
How many guys were at this store?
2.
2? Yeah, I'm gonna. Are you? Since they're just normal guys, could we just knock them out with no?
Well, you don't have access to their booth,
whatever,
unless it's something you can do remotely.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you. Okay.
You're in the labs area, but you haven't gotten in their security booth per se.
Okay, never mind then. It's fine. Everything's fine.
So the labs, these are big, open. For anyone that's watched Westworld, you're gonna understand what I'm describing here. They're basically big, open glass cubes, so that like observers can watch whatever's happening. And there's people. Some of them seem to be psychological experiments. Some of them seem to be having physical experiments done on them. There's quite a few of them that have surgical instruments, and they're mostly clean, although there's one or two where there's a table where there's like a bloodied sheet pulled completely over a body, like a corpse form underneath, and it looks like no one's come in to clean up that room, for example. So there's some sort of experimentation or something going on here. Some of the rooms are not surgical in nature. Some of them, they're almost set up like a psychiatrist's office. They've got couches and books, and you're guessing that the glass is actually probably a one-way mirror.
Okay. Is there any like passing scientists, doctors, whatever?
Yeah, it looks like due to this lockdown and everything that's going on, they are sort of stuck here. A lot of them are milling about, sort of unsure what to do. There are a few guards here, less than in the other areas, like much less than in the other areas. You literally only see a handful of guards, maybe 1 or 2 peace spots following them around. In the distance, however, though, and it is probably somewhere across the labs, it's not too close to you, you hear a bit of a hiss thud, hiss thud, hiss thud.
I know that sound.
And Tav, your blast shield doors, like, they're thick, but if something were to attempt to break through them, you would hear it. Nothing ever happened.
Taverson is completely unaware of what's going on in the security room right now.
Yeah.
He's like fully integrated into the system right now.
Okay. I'm gonna say you were probably, I imagine you were actively tracking the warden as best as you could. Every once in a while he would just mysteriously disappear from your radar, so to speak, but then pop back up as he entered another area. You're not sure how he's doing it, but every once in a while your sensors have a hard time tracking him. He is definitely somewhere in the labs with them, though.
Okay.
Guys, if we have to tango with the warden, let me do my memento shit before you attack. I've got a trick up my sleeve. If it doesn't work, obviously bombs away. But let me do my shit first.
Let's see if we can get into that other room and at least give ourselves a fighting chance. If we can get a couple totems on our side, might make a difference.
Agreed.
Is there any of the like passing scientists, doctors, whatever, like any of them like just like on their own that I can kind of grab for a second?
Yeah, I would say one of the labs, maybe there was someone that was doing some solo work and he's just kind of not hiding per se, but he's not standing in the middle of the room either.
Yeah. I want to try and grab somebody who kind of looks like they know might be going on.
I mean, he's in a lab coat.
And hello, I'm with the inspection. I'm here to inquire on the status of inmate Regency.
Regency. Is that one of the code names for the special prisoners?
Of course.
I am only the special clearance doctors are able to go into that area. I am not one of them. I have not been able to do anything with them. I am sorry. I am unfamiliar.
That's fine. That's fine. Could you point out one of those doctors for me?
There may be one or two around here. Dr. Akari should be around here. Dr. Akari. He should be by the coffee break room right now.
Thank you very much. Erase memories.
And he's in like that befuddled fugue state as you walk away.
What's he doing? Oh yeah, I want a donut.
Reset.
Dr. Akari. I talk to my people. It's like a Dr. Akari who should be in the vicinity of the break room right now might know the status of Regency.
You know, good idea. I could go for some coffee right now. Yeah.
For funsies, someone roll me a percentile.
Who wants it?
One milestone has been
slim
reached.
chance that she might be in one of the labs getting experimented on.
Anyone?
Currently.
All right, I'm just going to click it.
Freakman, go to it.
22.
Okay, you're good. You're wandering the labs. You do finally make it to the break room. There's probably around, I'd say, like 8 different people in lab coats there.
They have name tags.
They do not have name tags. I will give you that there is only one
on
person.
Their lab coats, Doctor something.
There is not. I will give you that there's one. You're guessing by the name. They're probably Asian or in lineage, and there's only one person here, a woman who looks to be of Asian descent.
The Freakman's gonna fake sneeze.
Okay.
Akari!
Like 2 people look over at you. A fairly tall, lanky gentleman with brown hair, and then a young-ish, I'd say for a doctor, young, like 30, 35, somewhere around there. Both look at you.
Is that the same person? So that woman? Did she look up? Which one?
Yeah, the Asian woman, and then some tall, lengthy guy.
Well, I think we know who to nab.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna walk over to the coffee machine.
Okay.
Get a coffee.
That's kind of where most people are milling about.
Can I use premonition to get a gist of which one might be Dr. Akari? Would you have that work?
Probably. Let me read premonition. One random fact or location that is pertinent. Yeah, I'll give it to you. You get this premonition of speaking to Dr. Akari, and as you do so, you see the face of the young Asian woman.
Yeah, I gotta point out to Freakman. It's like, yeah, that's.
I'm gonna take my. Is she sitting like at a table? Like at the.
Yeah, she's sitting with 2 other doctors, and it looks like they're nervously discussing something.
I'm gonna walk over to one of the 2 guys that she's talking to.
And AFK just a moment.
And I'm gonna whisper in his ear. You and your friend are gonna leave me alone here with Miss Akari. I'm gonna say the same thing. Whisper it to the other guy's ear. Do a little basic intimidation.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll. you've got enough going on right now, and they're just no. I mean, they're intelligent, but they're still just mortals. So they just, whether it's through mystical manipulation, pure intimidation, a mixture of all of the above, the two just kind of walk away. They're like, yeah, whatever. We need more coffee anyways. And I think there's a few donuts left.
I'm going to set my coffee cup and take one of the chairs across from Dr. Akari. And sit down and smile at her.
She looks at you and she's like, hello, who are you?
Do you know who I am, darling?
Like, no, of course I don't.
Have you heard about the inspection? My
No.
name, Field Marshal Henry Seymour Conway here.
Okay,
We're
so
here.
we're one
We're
of the
looking
boats.
for, and you're going to take us to Regent.
Oh, you, yeah, sure, buddy.
See.
Yeah, do you have access to get back there?
Do you have access to Regent?
Answer me first.
I placed my pistol on the table in front of me.
Uh-huh. What do you do? Shoot me in a room where miniguns pop out of the ceilings?
If I have to.
I
You
mean,
can do a little
you what rank did you say you were?
Field Marshal.
All right. I mean, I was literally just with the general like half an hour ago, and he was telling me I did a great job. So, I don't think that's a good idea.
Are you saying I need to demote him?
You think you can demote the general?
Field Marshals are a 5-star general. Typically, I went with the highest rank. Basically, I could pick. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I didn't mention about the ranking system.
Are you going to say there's some other rank above Field Marshal? Fine.
There's the sorry, I forgot to explain it. There was an entire thing I had written up, and I've been regurgitating so much information I forgot. There is the ranks of general, and then there is the general.
Oh, it's like a totem.
There's a guy that's known within the Crown's army, just known as the general, the royal general.
An older dude with a big long white mustache.
And he's kind of like basically like the second in command, like under the crown.
So that general. All right, fine. Well, that changes things a little bit, I guess, that conversation. But
sorry, that was a my bad. I had like a thing written up, and then I never bothered getting there. Not that you did research on that bit yourself, but yeah, I could have mentioned that bit.
listen, you're going to take us to Regent, and everything's going to be smooth. And we can talk to the general together if you wish.
All right. Well, what I'll do, it's going to be a roll because she is more resistant than most of the mortals that you've met. Now I'm going to say between the two of you. Okay, so it's normally going to be intimidating. Now you're specialized in it. Freya is also helping, and she's really good at this shit. Actually, she is also specialized in it, I do believe. So you're currently at a difficulty level 2.
Yeah, I will pay to make it a 1 at least. I don't know, I might as well pay to make it a 0.
Okay, so it's 5 points minus whatever edge you have to adjust that.
Done.
She's like, whatever, you'll deal with the consequences. And with that, you successfully get her to follow you along and actually go lead you to.
We're gonna follow her with her pass.
She's like, all right, let's go. Now before you guys leave, I want someone to roll percentile for me.
Internal screaming.
I want to do much this time. My turn.
Big money, big money. No whammies, big money, no whammies.
Okay, you're good. 2 points shy.
75 is the number, guys.
So
All right.
you successfully make it through the labs without the warden wandering across you. Making it to now. This, unlike the areas, this doesn't have a reception checkpoint. In fact, it looks very nondescript. It almost looks like just like a side stairwell or like a janitor's closet or something. She goes up. She just presses on a pad beside the door, and the door opens. But when you look on the other side, it is a long, blindingly white hallway with doors on either side.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume this is one of those areas. If you don't have the right kind of chip, you're just kind of insta-murdered. Somebody with the right access.
So she's like, Regency's this way, come on. And she...
In your guys' ears, you'll hear Travis and be like, I'm blind from here on out.
Yeah, actually, you'll notice the P spot does not go in this area.
In that case, I'm going to send the P spot back through the labs and actively try and keep tabs on where the marshal is.
The warden or the
warden?
Yeah.
Warden, sorry.
Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah. So you bring her. She starts bringing you down. It's 4 rooms down. You pass rooms named Banana, Calamari, and Pyramid before you get to a room named Regency.
Mr. Cornelius, can you take a look at traps? I just have a sinking suspicion.
Door names?
Sorry?
Can you check for like?
No, I mean Cal said something I didn't quite.
Oh, I was trying to take notes. I'm trying to. What was the doors' names?
Banana.
Pyramid, banana.
There was, Banana, Calamari, and Pyramid.
Should open Pyramid. Just for need some Egypt guy in here.
Yeah, how do we open these doors?
Like this, and she like presses on a button, and the door slides to the side. Inside is another lab of some kind, and strapped in this machine, hooked up to tubes and wires with some sort of thing stuck on her head, is a emaciated, beaten, and very unhealthy looking Miss Britt.
I'm gonna immediately rush to her and say, get her to open the other doors. Get the others.
Come on, Doctor. We're going to let Banana and Pyramid out as well.
Calamari.
We'll think about Calamari after I see Banana.
Is she awake? Like, is Miss Britt conscious?
Barely.
Well, you look worse for wear.
She'll look at you. You can definitely tell she's in a bit of a stupor. She's very out of it, but she looks at you and goes, "Hello, darling. Bit worse for wear. Apologies, my makeup might be a bit stained or smeared or something. I don't offer you tea."
Is she like? Is she locked there, or it's just like straps?
She's in, and she's not laying down either. She's like in an upright, almost Jesus position, and the restraints that are around her ankles just seem to be some sort of metal braces, but the ones on her wrists appear to be like almost like manacles, except that there's spikes on the inside that have been embedded into her arms.
Okay. Is there any kind of anything in the room, like maybe like a console or something that might be able to unlock her?
Yeah, there's some computers nearby of some kind.
Do they have a USB port?
They've got some sort of access port. Yeah.
I'm gonna plug Tab EXE in there.
All right, you plug
Please
Tav
work.
EXE.
Please work.
We
me
are
you've
going to
got a connection,
say. It's just unlocking the bindings. After, so we're gonna say it's like base difficulty of 4. Apply hacking skills. It's gonna bring it down to a 2. This will be an intellect roll for Tav. Do you want to apply levels of effort?
Yes, I will apply 1 level of effort. And I'll.
You're good. Okay. Tav EXE does, like, you basically, like, Tav, set her free. And it works. There's a hissing click. You can hear a bit of a moan of pain coming from her. I guess I should move you guys over. There's a bit of a moan of pain as the cuffs literally come out of her arm. But she is released and sort of drops to the floor.
Straight up saw trap.
Oh, a healing touch? Okay. All right. Yeah, you are, that heals 1d6 points. Difficulty 2, you can just ignore that. You can just make it a thing. Each time you attempt to heal, so yeah, okay. So you make it, she was borderline unconscious. She's now stable enough to walk on her own. Maybe even run for short periods of time. She's definitely a hell of a lot better than she used to be.
I'm gonna say
Okay. Okay. You got Freya being all Mother Goose on one side of her.
yeah, and I'll be on the other side. Like, let's get out of here and save Britannia, shall we?
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right, Doctor. Open banana door.
I'm actually going to spend 2 intellect points. See history on the manacles. I want to get a better idea of what the fuck they were actually doing here.
Okay, so before we open more doors, you're gonna look at histories. So see history. That's one that tells you 3 significant past events. Significant past events. The last one was her being released. The one before that was the manacles seem to be, it's almost like a mad scientist scene where there's like energy and electricity running out of the manacles and into the machine, almost like it's being absorbed from her while causing her great pain. And you can hear someone in the background. You don't see their face. You just hear an elderly woman's voice going, "Come on, dearie, tell us the information. Where are they?" And the first significant event is them putting the cuffs on her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, they were obviously looking.
No, it was a different voice entirely.
Was this voice familiar?
Yes and no. It was muffled. It was hard to tell. Actually, no. Okay. You've been around forever and a day. You've met everybody. Now, I'm gonna give it to you. You're pretty sure it was misinformation.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Got that real quick.
Rage.
Yes, they were looking for I'm assuming the same information that we hope to get. The location of the museum. And it seemed like this contraption was almost sucking the energy out of her while they were questioning her. It's most horrible. I'm glad we got here in time.
Get me out of here and I will gladly give you those, and I will gladly see you use them on them.
I think we should still try to get the other totems out if we can.
There's only a few left, I think. They mentioned most of the subjects had expired.
Who's the best to get out?
Freakman,
If
so
still alive, we should try.
you were in the middle of opening the banana room?
Yeah, I was making the doctor open banana.
She looks at you and she's like, Like, are you like sure?
100%. Now that your trepidation tells me I definitely want this door open, to open it.
Oh, okay. I guess. It's sort of a battle of wills at this point. You can see she's afraid, actually, to open the door. But at the same time, you can talk anybody into pretty much anything. And she is just mortal. So she opens the banana room. And standing there, in a man in like a one-piece like jumpsuit like outfit type of thing, is standing there. He has blonde hair, appears fairly gaunt, dark brown eyes, almost black in a way, and he's got this like big creepy smile, and he was standing right at the door when it opened.
Hello, what's your name?
Name's not important. Just call me King.
King. You know what the Marshal did to you, right?
Oh yeah. And he reaches out, touches the doctor, and she instantly shrivels and becomes like a desiccated corpse, dropping to the ground.
We kind of needed her to open more doors, but
you just needed what's inside her.
You make a good point.
You don't need to be alive.
Is that chip down in her ashes or whatever that's left?
Well, it's just like a mummified corpse. Like you imagine the chip is still in there.
All right. You're right. I just needed the chip. You're gonna go get the Marshal, I assume. We'll be right there with you. I'm gonna let some more people know to want revenge.
I'm just gonna escape. He looks at the other two rooms. He's like, well, Pyramid might be useful. I'd leave Calamari alone. Bit of an ass.
Well, have a nice one. Enjoy your freedom.
Thanks, buddy. And he leaves.
Okay, I'm gonna look for that chip on the floor in her mummified corpse.
Called himself the King.
I have a feeling I know who Calamari is.
So you dig out the chip from her. It's very easy. She's like almost like, yeah, she was like desiccated and sucked dry, basically.
Goddamn Chiquita. All right.
But you do get the chip out, and holding the chip, you think you can just like touch a pad and it should open now.
All right, I'll try that, and I'll do Pyramid, I guess. I'll trust the banana, kind of.
Okay. You open the Pyramid room. There's a quite darkly tanned skinned man there. He's got actually startling blue eyes, which is contrasting to his dark skin. Also standing there in the one piece like prisoner jumpsuit type of thing. They're all like gray in color.
How you doing?
He was sitting cross-legged in front of the door.
I'm the Freakman. Who are you?
I'm a messenger.
What's your message?
You're going to die. Everyone's going to die. We all die.
That's your message.
Simple message. People don't like it. You wouldn't understand.
Is that all you have for me?
Yeah, that's all I have for you. Yes.
What's your name?
Just call me the messenger.
Can you, let's say, accelerate that inevitability for certain individuals?
Oh, I don't kill anybody. Well, I can.
Do you want to stay here?
Oh, it doesn't matter much to me. They can't do anything to me. Me and the other two survived for a reason. They can't touch us. We're not like you.
What's Calamari over there like?
Oh, he's a bit of a dick.
What makes him such a dick?
Oh, he's just a young upstart. Always thinks he knows best.
I know a few of those. All right, well, I'll just close the door then?
Up to you.
And then I close the door.
He just goes back to, as it's closing, you just see him go back to what you think is meditating.
All right, well, I'm gonna walk over and open the door for Calamari then.
What about?
Door number 3.
Yeah. So, Calamari, you see a man there. It's lighter skin. He's Caucasian, completely hairless, like not even eyebrows, no hair on him whatsoever. Vibrant green eyes. He is. It looks like he was just pacing the room when the door opens. Looks at you and goes, "Finally."
What's your name?
Just call me the priest.
The priest, you say? Do you want revenge on those who imprisoned you?
Oh, I'm gonna kill so many people.
As long as you start with the marshal, you're good in my books.
Oh, I'm gonna clean out this house.
Deal. Let's go.
Good boy.
I'm gonna wave him through and call on the rest of the party.
Okay, well, the rest of you have been in that room this entire time, so like you hear Freakman call you from the hallway.
Yeah, rendezvous. Yeah. Let's get out of here.
As you exit to the hallway, Mr. Cornelius, you see an individual that you have had described to you before. But you can't quite place who it is, but you recognize him as a totem that is both younger and older than you in so many ways.
Huh.
Is this banana pyramid or calamari?
This is Calamari.
That's peculiar.
So right off the bat, you don't remember anything without using any abilities or anything.
I'm gonna open the door actually to the pyramid guy again.
Okay.
And be like,
opens his eyes.
Just come with us for a minute, all right?
Sure. No rush.
Appreciate that.
The messenger comes out.
You don't have to fight, but just this building's not going to be quite the same when we leave it. So I think it's the right thing to do is at least bring you outside with us.
He looks at the guy from the calamari room and goes, "Oh, you're right. The building's not going to be the same."
Yeah, I had a feeling. Let's start moving. The light-skinned, hairless guy that called himself priest just says, "I'm gonna go do my thing. I will talk to all of you later. Thank you for everything." What is your thing? Quickly, just tell me your thing.
Kill everybody?
We all know what his thing is.
Well, I'm not kill everybody. Maybe some of them will follow me.
Do you mind starting with the robots?
Any that I meet, sure.
Excellent.
I'll talk to you guys later.
The priest.
With that, he just starts wandering the halls. You definitely hear screams, and wherever you hear screams from, there's like a mixture of black and green darkness and light sort of mixed together, and like the fluorescent lights actually shut off in those areas, and then the screams just go silent.
All right, time to go.
This whole time they've been in there, like my P-spot has been wandering the labs. Where's the marshal located?
The warden?
The
warden seems to be like every once in a while he comes back and checks on the doors to your room to see if anything has changed there. Doesn't seem to be damaging them though. Doesn't seem to be trying to force his way in. He checks, still closed, cool. Other than that, he goes off and he's been maintaining almost like a sentry mode in the labs. It doesn't look like he's interested in the rest of the prison per se. He's mostly protecting the labs area. So every once in a while he just wanders around and looks for trouble.
Ooh, okay.
With that,
go catch up with Taverson here and get out of here.
so you guys head back to the labs area. Now, which way are you going to go? Are you going to head towards the security room to have them open the door? Or are you going to go through like the Gen Pop cells area?
Well, we know there's a Jeffries tube from the access hall. We might not have the same luck going a different way back.
Well, if we can get lucky and avoid the warden, we can go straight to the security room.
And this is when John the Fifth will meet back up with you again.
Yeah, I'll meet back up with them, and just pretty much over the earphones, you'll hear the cells have been completely locked down. That's a no-go.
Well then, straight ahead is the only way ahead.
Taverson, you've also been alerted through the like communication system through the prison that there's too much chaos. They're on the verge of completely locking the building down.
Yeah, time is short. They're about to do a hard lock on the whole building.
All right, we're gonna haul ass to the security room then.
Okay, I would like another percentile on the way. One more.
Who wants it this time?
I'll do it.
Okay, go for it.
D100.
Oh, I thought it was 86 for a second. I was like, okay. Now we're good. Because of Taverson helping to guide you in certain areas, even with him occasionally losing sight of the warden, he is still able to lead you to the door of the security room without interacting with the warden at any point. As a result, you get to the door. Now, Taverson, you have complete access over the doors to the security room. You're able to let them in.
Before I do that, I'm going to send John the Fifth into the lab, and I'm going to relinquish the control of him. But before I do that, I'm going to ping the warden and any scientists or security details in there as hostile.
Okay. You're just sending him as a kill bot to everything else that's in the lab area.
Pretty much a rear guard almost.
Okay. That'll keep the warden a little extra busy.
And then with that, I will unjack and open the security rooms.
Okay, so with that, you're going to get out of the security area, no problem. I'm going to gloss over that. There's not really anyone left there to deal with. Even in reception, they recognize you. You fooled enough people. It's not that big of a deal. You get back outside. Now, this is, you can see the helicopter, quote unquote, there. Although every once in a blue moon, it's almost like there's the tiniest flicker to it. Like Loki's probably barely holding on to the whole illusion. Also, you see other VTOL air vehicles coming in and starting to land. There's a lot of airships suddenly like landing on pads right near you.
Can we plant the C4 on them before we leave?
On which one?
Like close, whichever lands closest to us.
Yeah, I would allow it.
We'd have to walk through all the soldiers that are coming out.
Damn it. We should have planted the C4 on John the Fifth and had him suicide bomb the warden.
I didn't even think of that.
Oh, well, hindsight.
Hold on. We can still C4 the door to the outside and create a rubble pile that the bot will have to bust through. Just blast that whole area of the reception into a collapsed.
I think the prisoners are taking care of that, though. I figure if we plant the C4 on one of these warships, it's one less that can chase us.
We'd have to go
If they
through.
chase us, because we're still in the skies. If we start blowing stuff up, that might waver our disguise.
That's true. As far as they're concerned right now, we're one of them.
Take off and leave.
We're not disguised anymore. We're gonna walk out and be noticed.
Now, okay, so the logical thing to do here would be to go, obviously. So, Mad Manchester, would you like to pay an experience point, or would you like to accept experience points to really give into that inner chaos?
God damn it.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Because that's part of you.
I will take an experience and I will give Freakman an experience. Lay the chaos on me, baby.
You crazy son of a bitch, I'm in.
Who gave him the C4?
Okay, so you're getting into the helicopter. Mad Manchester is asking you if you want to plant the C4 on an airship. All of you tell him no, that's a stupid choice. When you suddenly realize he doesn't seem to have the C4 anymore, but he is holding a detonator.
You son of a bitch.
I'm gonna wait until we're in the air to blow it up, but I'm gonna blow it up as soon as we're high enough.
Now, once you're in the helicopter, quote unquote, of course, you see that it's Valkyries again. You see Loki, who's literally bleeding from his eyes, nostrils, and ears.
Give Loki.
At this point, it doesn't seem like it would do much until he stops using the powers. It's just the strain that's on him. It gives him a little bit of a relief, but it's not enough to bolster what's happening. So you're gonna wait till you're in the air to do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will narrate as you go up. You take off. Your helicopter whirs into the distance, so to speak. And how long do you wait? Like, do you wait till like you're just still barely in distance, or just as soon as you get in the air?
Until we're barely in distance. I want to make sure that it's not going to affect the Valkyries once we blow it up. I just like, cool guys don't look at explosions. They just set them off.
I like it. All right, so 80s action flick there. So yeah, you're a good distance away. Some of you may look back and see it. There's enough Valkyries, thankfully, for everybody.
As the explosion goes off, Cornelius visibly feels the passage of time slow for a second. For some reason. That was odd.
So yeah, there is an explosion that happens. And yeah, there's a lot that goes on. Nothing seems to be chasing you though. But it's a big enough of explosion that not only rocks that airship, but you think it might have taken out the airship beside it, as there's a second, slightly smaller explosion that follows shortly afterwards.
Yes.
And your Cornelius, your premonition actually kicks in just for a second, just like your like time psychic ability, sort of rewinding your viewpoint back to just as the explosion hits, and you see by the front door his trench coat being whipped by the wind, some embers resting upon his face. You see the G-Man standing there. It looks like he was just walking into the building when he turns and scowls at the explosion right behind him.
Step on it.
Ooh, that was close.
And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight. It is 10:20. I think you have done good. We will deal with the conversation next week, hopefully when we have the whole crew here to deal with the museum, all of the special trinkets and artifacts within the museum, and having Miss Britt getting you her just sweet revenge.
So I want to point something out real quick. We took on a Supermax security without firing a single shot.
I am legitimately shocked. A little sad because I never got to use the stats for any of these creatures. But that is the beauty of Cypher, because once again, if you want just combat, you play D&D. But if you want to try exploration and social stuff, you play a game like Cypher or Fate where you can be creative. You guys have astounded me at the ways you have dealt with this without doing a single shot. A couple people died, but not like through normal combat or anything. It was amazing. So well done to everybody. as a result, we will be handing out some experience.
I think we definitely all played to our strengths there.
Yeah.
Done. Good. You definitely did. This was a pretty major milestone. So we will get some experience for everybody. So Wes is not here. Freya, so you'll be getting 4 experience, bringing you to a total of 11, right? No, 11 is not right. Yeah, it should be 7. I forgot to minus some off of you before. Okay, so it'll bring you up to 7 in total. Mad Manchester, you'll be getting 6 experience. That should bring you to a 7.
Wowzers. Yeah, it brings me up to 7. It's nice.
Nice.
Mr. Cornelius, that will be 4 experience, bringing you up to
good.
8, I believe.
No, I spent 4
Oh, I did not know that.
last time on an ability.
Okay, Taverson,
You might as well just mark me at 0 because I'm going to spend those 4
Okay.
immediately.
Taverson, you'll be getting 5, bringing you to, I believe, 6.
That is correct.
And Freakman, you'll be getting 5, bringing to, I think, 10.
No, I'd be 6 because
Okay,
I
you spent
spent 4
4.
last go.
Okay, cool. There you go. And I will mark that a little bit of experience for those that didn't join. Little dribble.
We were all on. For those of us who came, we were all on time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys earned a buttload of experience. I think Mad Manchester earned the most this one.
Cool.
Drop me down to 3 because I'm immediately going to get another edge in intellect.
Okay.
You know what, while you're at it, drop me down to 2 because I'm immediately going to put another effort in.
You got it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
3 effort is going to.
So you did
That
good. You
was
broke
so
Miss
good.
Britt out of the Supermax prison. And has anyone guessed who the 3 people were that they just released? Who Pyramid, Banana, and Calamari are?
The banana one confused me the most, actually. Cal, you thought
I think I. Oh,
What guesses do we got?
Ooh, calamari.
Is Pyramid
I have-
Osiris?
Nope.
I have a hunch that what was calamari? I have a hunch that that's Cthulhu.
That is Cthulhu, yes.
Yay! We released Cthulhu.
Banana was the king in yellow. And Pyramid was Nyarlathotep.
Well, we
You
probably should've
released
left them
3
where they were.
Lovecraftian horrors, ancient eldritch entities, back into the earth.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't have did that.
I didn't realize they were all going to be Eldritch guys. I just assumed.
That was fun.
That's life.
That's life.
Oh,
We'll deal with that later.
For season 2.
Yeah, if we have a season 2 of Totem at some point, that'll be the next story arc. It's like, all right, we saved the world. Oh, we ruined the world.
Totem 2, Electric Boogaloo. We bring back our characters to clean up the mess we made by releasing the Lovecraftian horrors.
Yeah, which did have an effect, as the faith and hope meter drops by 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
weird.
Ouch.
What's your question?
What are these?
The tops of his
Yeah, what
legs. That's all
Yeah,
leg.
what we
Not boo.
yeah
No, that's like the upper thigh, basically.
yeah
That's
what we
back
did
here.
today was
This is-
very
no, that's his arm.
opposite of faith and hope. We broke
That's
into a
his knee.
super prison and
That's his
let a
kneecap.
bunch of
Oh, so
people
that-
riot and die
Upper
and
leg,
Okay, yeah.
released a
kneecap,
bunch of
lower,
horrible,
and then
horrible
think
people.
of him as like a cat where they walk on their tippy toes.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is
His body is this big. That's all leg.
on the warden.
I just kept.
He's just all leg. No, those are not mechano boobs. No.
What is she talking about?
She was looking at the picture of the warden, which here I'll bring it up for you again. So So she was looking at the picture of the warden and the two like upper thigh portions of the leg or whatever. She just kept seeing these, I guess, saggy tits.
Yeah.
Coming off.
I guess
we
I
see
can
where
see
your
that.
brain went
I see
tonight.
it now.
You just been dirty mind all night.
No, listen.
Listen here.
You don't know what happens when you go for a bra fit.
Oh shit.
It's not pretty.
Can't see it. I can't unsee it now.
No.
I don't want to unsee it now.
Awful. Good night, guys.
Have a good night, Kathy. Good game.
For everyone in the channel that is watching, any lurkers we have in the background and stuff, feel free to join the Discord, like, subscribe, follow, whatever that good stuff, depending on which platform you're watching this on. All that good stuff. Most importantly, join the Discord, because that's where all the cool people hang out, and us. So, good times. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's been a good stream.